Soccer fans, and first of all, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there listening and coming out to Paytech Park tonight. Hope it's been a wonderful day. What a great way to end your Father's Day evening. Coming out to Paytech Park tonight, the Rochester Raging Rhinos hosting the Charleston Battery. Always a very interesting affair when these two teams meet. Kickoff is at 6:05 tonight here at Paytech Park. And dads, the Rhinos are going to save you some money tonight. The game will be a kids' dollar day. All children 12 and under will be admitted to the match for just $1. That's right, it's kids' dollar day. If you're 12 and under, it's $1. Go to their Paytech Park box office. And if you're 12 and under, you're coming to the game tonight for $1. Getting to the business at hand tonight. The meeting is the second of two scheduled between the Rochester Raging Rhinos and the Charleston Battery. They last played on May the 6th. Rochester and Charleston, they played to a 1-1 result. Now, all time, Rochester has really had their way with the Charleston Battery. During the regular season, the Rhinos have 10 wins, 3 losses, and 3 ties against the Charleston Battery. Currently, the Rhinos sitting in second place. They enter the match with a record of 5 wins, 3 losses, and 5 ties. They have got 20 points, and the big news, folks, they're 1 point behind the first place Vancouver Whitecaps. The Rhinos are also unbeaten at 3-0-2 in their last 5 USL First Division games. Tonight's contest marks the second game of a 6-game homestand. 9 of the Rhinos' first 11 matches were away, but again, tonight it's the second of a 6-game homestand, so some home cooking, some hometown support for the Rochester Raging Rhinos, just what the doctor ordered. And speaking of doctors and medicals and injuries, the Rhinos, a bunch of things going on with them. Mike Ambersley, he is out tonight. He's got an injured heel. Kevin Novak, he's got an injured ankle. He is out for 1 week. Nate Kraft, knee injury. He'll be sidelined for 4 weeks. And check this out, Ryan Weilman, scheduled to have surgery on Tuesday. He's out for 6 weeks. He's got some trouble with the meniscus in his knee. John Ball is back from his tour with the U.S. futsal team. He's starting off on the bench tonight. And Ahmed Diallo, coming back from Paris, France, trying to take care of his passport issues. He will be in the starting 11 tonight for the Rochester Raging Rhinos. Don Stevens will have the complete lineups as we get nearer to kickoff. When we come back, we will take a look at tonight's opponents, the Charleston Battery. It's Father's Day. Come on out to Paytech Park. Check out the Rhinos and the Charleston Battery. You are listening to the Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. Welcome back to the Perry's pregame show. I am Joe Giuliano. Happy Father's Day, and again, it's Kids Dollar Day. All children 12 and under be admitted to the game for just $1. Check-in at the Rhinos box office here at Paytech Park, and if you're 12 and under, you're coming to the game for $1 tonight. It's the Rhinos taking on the Charleston Battery. The Battery come into Rochester with a record of 4 wins, 3 losses, and 3 ties. They're currently 5th in the USL First Division. They've got a very solid away from home record, 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. In their last match on Friday at Montreal, talk about a super substitute. Byron Alvarez came off the bench to score the game-winning goal in the 90th minute. The Battery 1-0 over the Montreal Impact. 10,346 fans at Claude Robillard Stadium on Friday night. Montreal's second straight loss at home. And again, Mike Anhauser looks like a genius with that substitution. Byron Alvarez came in the 78th minute. He applied the pressure. Defender Andres Arango played the ball back to goalkeeper Matt Jordan. Alvarez, fresh off the bench, chasing down the pass, deflecting the clearance towards the goal, then rounding the keeper and finding the empty net. Charleston gets the 1-0 win over the Montreal Impact. Former Rhino Ian Fuller, he's out with a hamstring injury, so he will not be in the lineup tonight. Again, these two teams met on May the 6th down at Blackbaud Stadium in Charleston, South Carolina. It was a 1-1 draw, and again, all-time, Rochester has had their way with Charleston during the regular season. 10 wins, 3 losses, and 3 ties. So Byron Alvarez, one player to watch for this team, as well as Stephen Armstrong, who's got a goal and an assist in his last 4 games. He has also been carrying the way. He's got 4 goals overall this year for the Charleston Battery. Let's look at tonight's opponent. When we come back, we'll be joined by the always colorful Soccer Sam. You are listening to the Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. Welcome back. This is the Raging Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. I am Joe Giuliano. Tonight, the Raging Rhinos are taking on the Charleston Battery at beautiful Paytech Park. And, Dads, the Rhinos doing you a favor. They're going to save you some money tonight. It's Kids Dollar Day. That's right, the wallet won't be hit as hard. All children 12 and under, they'll be admitted for just $1. All you have to do is check in at the Paytech Park box office, and you're eligible to enter the stadium for $1 if you are 12 and under. Now joined by the most colorful man in the stadium as usual, Soccer Sam. Sammy, the Rhinos and the Battery, it's always an entertaining match when these two teams meet.
These guys go way back. Last time it was 1-1, just a defensive battle, a lot of injuries. And speaking of injuries, Joe, tonight, man, this team, we got a bunch of guys are out. It's Father's Day. Some of these guys are daddy, so I don't know, maybe they're just celebrating a little bit too much. I mean, speaking of Father's Day, I got 12. Oh, happy Father's Day.
I jumped the gun. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Sorry, same to you.
I got 12 anonymous cards. I'm not sure what that means. I'm getting nervous, though.
And they're dated from Charleston, South Carolina. I don't know what that means. But Ian Fuller, our former Rhino, he's out with a hamstring injury. And but the real big story is the Rhinos really have been playing second-place soccer with a mix-and-match lineup. There's been injuries, guys going for passports, guys going for a futsal tournament.
Yeah, I mean, John Ball is back from his futsal tournament in Spain. He might see some action tonight. I mean, Mike Amersley, who's been complimenting Deli up top so well, he's out right now with a bruised heel. We're not sure if he's going to play tonight. We'll find out a little later, I hope. And you know, Nick Kraft, the knee baby, out for 4 weeks. This guy is just an amazing player. Made it to a final championship game, outdoor soccer, in his first year as a pro. Made it to a final indoor championship game his first year as a pro. He's out for 4 weeks. It's unfortunate for him. And Kevin Novak out for 1 more week, again with an ankle injury. Jason Perry, JP, known to have some injury problems.
Sure.
Hamstring tonight, Joey. 75% fit. So what does that make me, like
20%? 20% is being generous. No, but all these injuries, all the shuffling and juggling, the team is still in second place, but does there come a point when you get tired of mixing and matching guys playing out of position? And when the team hits 100% health, this could be a very solid team.
You know, we have such a deep bench, and a lot of the soccer experts, the critics, say that we play too many games. That's the part of the problem here. Some of these injuries happen in practice, and it happens. I mean, turf is not great for you. It's hard. You know, underneath that turf is cement, man. It's hard on the body. So, but I think we're going to be fine, Joe. I think we have a deep bench. We're going to see some maybe younger guys come in tonight. We saw what Burns could do. Kevin Burns. Speaking of that, I guess he's not playing tonight.
Last second sickness, I guess. I guess you're looking at the sheet there, and it says the flu, and that's a big loss. I think he's been the key in that defensive midfield spot.
So I'd be curious to see who plays in that position tonight. But, Joe, I've said it before. I think this league, young talent, American players can make things happen. We saw it with Kevin Burns recently. Maybe tonight Laurie Callery goes deep into the bench.
What about the Rhinos, the fact that they've played a bunch of games? You know, they played, I think, Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday. Now there's a nice little break. They had a few days off in between. It should be a well-rested group, whoever's healthy.
Well, you know, you hope so, but we've seen games where they flew back. The last game they played against Portland, they flew back that morning and played amazing soccer, one of the more entertaining games I've seen. So I'm not sure if that whole rest thing, sometimes I think it makes you too relaxed. These guys work, Joe, imagine if you and I only had to work 2 hours a day. Really, they come in for practice 2 hours a day. Then what do you do? Or, I mean, really, what do you do for the rest of the day? I mean, I think you get lazy, and it's like, I think they should have games every day. If it was up to me, you'd play every night.
Okay, just like you think about the shootout as well. Are you still on that crazy kick?
But you look at last night, 2 more ties last night in this league. You need the shootout to attract the American fans. Last game in Charleston, I saw the kids. Kids were crying hysterically because they didn't know what happened. The game was over. Dad, do we have to leave? Nobody won. What does that mean? Kids are confused. I saw, you need to have an end result in everything, Joe.
So Soccer Sam's still going with the shootout. He says they should play every day. These Crusades just keep getting better and better. But any prediction for tonight?
Well, I usually go crazy, but I think it's going to be a tough battle. I think it's going to be, I'm hoping for a 2-1 victory for the Rhinos. I just hope it's not a tie. If it's a tie, you got to agree with me, Joe. You can't sit here for 90 minutes and go home like, it's Father's Day, you're with your dad in the morning, you bring your dad to the game, and then you go home like, what happened? You need a victor.
All right, Soccer Sam, we'll see how this shapes up tonight. It's the Rhinos taking on the Charleston Battery. We'll talk to you on the postgame show. Hopefully it's not a tie because who knows what kind of condition you'll be in.
Joe, the last Sunday game we did, we got 20-plus calls in the postgame, so I'm hoping for a lot of calls tonight. I'm out.
The number is 346-3000, star 1040. We're going to push that number out there early tonight if you want to give us a call on the post-game show. When we come back, we'll take a look at some news and notes from the USL First Division and Major League Soccer. You are listening to the Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. Welcome back to the final segment of the Reynolds pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. Joe Giuliano. Thank you to Soccer Sam for joining us here on the pregame show. He will check in again on the postgame show tonight. It's the Raging Rhinos and the Charleston Battery. Kids Dollar Day, 12 and under. Go to the Paytech Park box office. $1 gets you into the game tonight. It's the Rhinos and the Battery here at Paytech Park. Looking at some news and notes from the world of soccer, the Raging Rhinos women's team earned their second straight victory last night as they defeated the Vermont Lady Voltage 4-1 here at Paytech Park. Gretchen Miller scoring 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. On the men's side in the USL First Division, 2 games on Friday. Charleston stunning Montreal 1-0. Seattle 1-0 over Carolina. That game was at the SAS Soccer Park. And 2 games yesterday, California, Atlanta 0-0, and Miami at Minnesota 1-1. Charleston at Rochester, that is the only game in the USL First Division tonight. Looking at standings, Vancouver still tops the table. They did not play this weekend. They've got 21 points. The Rhinos, with a win, will take sole possession of first place. With a tie, and Soccer Sam does not want to hear it, they'll be tied for first place with the Vancouver Whitecaps. Charleston in 5th place with 15 points. At the bottom of the barrel, the California Victory, 7 points after 9 games played. The United States advanced to the CONCACAF Gold Cup semifinals with a 2-1 victory over Panama at Gillette Stadium on Saturday afternoon. Landon Donovan and Carlos Bocanegra scoring for the U.S. Now the U.S. will play Canada in what should be a great game. Canada defeated Guatemala 3-0 to advance to the semifinals. Last update I had on Mexico and Costa Rica was first half 0-0. And then 6 p.m. kickoff, Honduras and Guadalupe. Those teams trying to round out the semifinals. Major League Soccer, Toronto 4-0 over FC Dallas today. Danny Dicchio scoring his 4th goal of the year. 8 p.m. kickoff, Real Salt Lake at the LA Galaxy. 4 games yesterday in Major League Soccer, Columbus and New England 3-3. DC United 3-1 over Chicago. Chivas USA 2-0 over Colorado. And the New York Red Bulls tying the Kansas City Wizards 3-3. My man Juan Pablo Angel, 2 goals. He's got 9 on the season. Also, he hit a PK in the 90th minute to give the Red Bulls the 3-3 tie with the Kansas City Wizards. That's a look at some news and notes from the wonderful world of soccer. When we come back, Don Stevens will take over. He'll speak with head coach Laurie Calloway. You've been listening to the Reynolds pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream.
It is one gorgeous evening here at Paytech Park tonight as we're about to get underway with soccer. Once again, USL First Division style, as the Rhinos tonight take on the Charleston Battery. It's the 14th match of the season, and when this game is complete, that's halfway through the league schedule for another season, if you can believe that already, the halfway point. All right, tonight, again, the Rhinos coming in with a 5-3-5 record, and the visiting Battery a 4-3-3 record, as the Battery playing fewer games than the Rhinos so far. For the Rhinos' 14th game, and for the Battery only the 11th game, so Charleston with 3 games in hand on Rochester, which certainly could come into play, and certainly that means that this game is very important for the Rhinos, perhaps even more important for the Rhinos than it is for the Charleston Battery. The Rhinos coming away with a victory in Open Cup play here Tuesday night. Also, the last game of the league was last weekend, and there was a victory over the Portland Timbers, and a huge game there. Talking with the coach of the Rhinos, a little bit about the Open Cup game, first of all. The coach's pregame interview is brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. And the coach, Laurie Calloway, by the way, it's his birthday today, so we'll make note of that right off the top here. Again, Coach Laurie Calloway, we asked him for his thoughts on the Open Cup victory here against the Long Island Rough Riders on Tuesday night.
Well, it was hard fought because I don't think we had much in our tanks, and they came at us a little bit because they hadn't had another schedule like ours, but then they ran out of steam in the second half because they trained part-time, so it wasn't a very good game for the fans, but you're going to get those games in this schedule in this league, and with the type of things we have to go through to prepare for games. So unfortunately, I think that's one of the things that the league needs to consider, because it's not fair to fans that are paying their money to see a team who can really only perform to half its capacity, and at the same time we had obviously a lot of injuries.
Now your team's had a couple of days to rest up finally, if you will. Is the time being well spent here or what?
Yeah, we've given them a little bit of rest on Tuesday, went in the pool on Thursday, just did some fitness in the pool, so it was not taxing on the legs, and just made sure that we've got the legs back, if you want to put it that way. The guys all felt pretty strong this morning, although now we've gone down with an illness to Kevin Burns, which is obviously added to the fact that Ambersley's still not ready. It's a bit of a blow at the 11th hour.
Yeah, you're talking about Burns and Ambersley out. You've got a lot of injuries, and long-term to Kraft now, too, right?
4 weeks for Kraft, 6 weeks to Wildman. Ambersley's out, Burns is out, Novak, Diallo, of course, another 4, 5, 6 weeks, depending on what the doctors say. So yeah, we're again. I think I've only got 17 healthy players tonight, and one of them, Jason Perry, is only 75%. So we probably won't be able to get much out of Jason.
All right, Coach Laurie Calloway, and he is listing the injuries, so a lot of injured for the Rhinos, and we'll see if they can pull it out here tonight against the Charleston Battery, who came away with a big win in Montreal on Friday night. We'll be getting underway very shortly here at Paytech Park on a gorgeous evening tonight. The Rhinos taking on the Charleston Battery. Stick with us. It's always a good one with these two teams, and this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Last game, the Rhinos started off a 6-game homestand on the right foot, a win over Portland. That puts them only 1 point out of first place in the league. But with only 1 loss in their last 5, the Battery look like they want to make a run at the league leaders. From Paytech Park in Rochester, New York, it's the Rochester Raging Rhinos hosting the Charleston Battery. USL First Division Soccer is next. This is the second meeting this season between the Rhinos and the Battery. The last meeting was in Charleston a few weeks ago, and the Rhinos came from behind to pull out a 1-goal tie in that one. Good evening to you. I'm Don Stevens, and alongside is Joe Giuliano. We're certainly pleased to have you along here this evening for what will most likely be a great game. When these two teams get together, it's always a lot of fun. Charleston Battery, they've been doing very well. They came up with a big win on Friday night. What's going on with them?
Oh, Don, you get the winning goal from a guy in stoppage time up in Montreal, Byron Alvarez. What a stoppage time goal. What a substitute by Coach Mike Anhauser. So Byron Alvarez, 5 goals, great season so far. But again, the team comes off a big win in Montreal. They're going to be sky high tonight here at Paytech Park.
Well, the Rhinos started their 6-game homestand with a win here last week against Portland, then went on to win their U.S. Open Cup game. And last game, the one against Portland, there was an outstanding performance that night, wasn't there?
Yeah, Aaron Lyons, he's been Johnny on the spot. The first goal against Portland in the right place at the right time, very opportunistic goal. And then the setup on Matthew Delicate's goal where he kind of swerved around the keeper was wonderful. So scoring, vision, Aaron Lyons, it's all coming together for him.
And we talked with the Rhinos coach, Laurie Calloway, as he tells us his thoughts right now on the play of Aaron Lyons.
His progress, and he's been struggling a little bit with that this season so far, but that performance last week was tremendous.
This is the only visit this season by the Charleston Battery here to Paytech Park, and it should be a good one as usual between these two teams. Stick with us. This is the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
At the twilight's last gleaming, whose bars rise and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Happy Father's
Here
Day.
at Paytech Park tonight. We're certainly glad to have you along for this broadcast of Raging Rhinos Soccer. And certainly wishing all of you a happy Father's Day. Joe Giuliano alongside. Happy Father's Day.
Same to you, Don. Happy Father's Day.
All right, as we get going in this one, let's check first of all the starting lineups are brought to you by Nothnagel Realtors, Rochester's full-service realtor. Beginning in goal for the visiting Charleston Battery, the former Rhino, Dusty Hudak. As Hudak comes in with a 4-3-3 record, a 0.90 goals against average. On defense, Tim Carolexis, Chris Corcoran, Brandon Curran, and Anthony Catalano. And then through the midfield, we'll see Lazo Alavano. It's Ian Bennett, Luke Vercalone, and Gordon Chin. And up front, Byron Alvarez and Stephen Armstrong, the starting lineup for the visiting Battery. For the Rhinos, in goal is Chase Harrison again tonight. Has a 4-2-5 record on the season and a 1.18 goals against average. Through the defensive role, we'll see Chris Aloisi back in the lineup. Kenny Birch, Scott Palguda, and Tinwa Bonseu. And then in the midfield, it's Stephen Shirley Black. Aaron Lines, Johnny Manyonger, Josh Bolton. And up front, Matthew Delicott and Ahmad Diallo is back on the pitch here tonight as he has returned from taking care of his visa situation. And to go all the way to Paris for that one.
Hopefully it's taken care of because it's not just going downtown. That's a nasty trip. We also want to say hello to the fans watching on USL Live as well. So we're all over the place tonight.
Glad to have you folks along. Again, I'm Don Stevens along with Joe Giuliano. And the visiting Battery are wearing a dark red jersey with black shorts and socks tonight, while the Rhinos are wearing the whites with the yellow and black trim. And, well, it's a nice night weather-wise. It's a gorgeous evening. There was some talk maybe a little earlier about some rain, but the clouds have disappeared. And I think it's just going to be a very pleasant evening here tonight. As Joe is working on getting his stuff all straightened around here, he's not mechanically fit as of yet.
Nothing like technical difficulties, but the King, Don Stevens, has his equipment, so we may begin.
Yeah, as long as I'm set,
that's all that matters.
That's all.
Come on, let's be serious.
Absolutely. Well, the Rhinos with a whole bunch of injuries to contend with. They'll be starting out, taking the kickoff. Delicott and Diallo up front will take the opening kickoff, and the Rhinos will be shooting in the net to our left. And Harrison in goal down to our right as we're about to tee it up. Get her going here. Matthew Delicott comes in with a team-leading 4 goals on the season, along with Johnny Manyonger. Manyonger has a couple of assists to add to his 4 goals for team-leading 10 points. As here we go tonight at Paytech Park. Bolton in the middle drops it off. Black will play it back to his defensive role for Bonseu, and then he'll roll it off along the near side. On the left wing for Palguda. Has it along his 25 and past the Black, drops it back down to his 18 for Birch. Drops it off in the middle for Bonseu. One touch ahead. Stepping in underneath it is Alavano to tip it aside, and the Battery with the ball. Bennett looking for a cross, and that nails Black of the Rhinos. He drops down to his knees as he got clipped up high with a clearing shot in front.
And this is not the way the Rhinos want to start with another player on the turf. Like Don said, there are so many injuries. Hopefully it's just a situation where Black got the wind knocked out of him. Ball was trying to serve. They tried to serve the ball in the box, and it looks like it came off his chest. But maybe, again, just the wind getting knocked out of him, and a couple seconds here to regroup and get himself back together.
That's a whole 35 seconds. The referee keeps touching him on the back, saying, okay, you're going to move? You're going to move? What are you doing? He gets up and stands up under his own power, but certainly, as you said, he had the wind knocked out of him.
He did the Rhinos a favor. If the trainer's got to come out, Rochester's going to go play a man down. So it's good to see that Shirley Black is up and Rochester stays with 11 players on the pitch.
Throw in for the Battery. High looper down inside the 18. Bonseu nods it aside out the near end. That's popped up in the air on the near wing and settled by Delicott. Turns trying to get away from Carolexis. As they battle in, Delicott comes away. Lead out toward midfield. Diallo tipping it off. Lines return pass to the outside for Diallo. And he's across midfield, being challenged now and taken down by Catalano. And the ball brought away by Bennett of the Battery.
The Rhinos definitely playing with a very comfortable formation. It's truly 4 on the back. Bonseu steps in the middle, and Aloisi on the right side, Palguda on the left, and Birch is the anchor of the defense in the middle of the park.
Chip through midfield. Bonseu steps up to hit it back across the midfield line. That's dotted away to the outside. Turned off on the near wing. In underneath it, carried away, Catalano across midfield. His feet off in the middle, and is taken by Chin. Turning back at midfield, Lyons watching him, laid to the outside, and a long chip downfield, but there's Bonseu once again to knot it out toward midfield. Played it over top of Black, and carried away by the Battery. And a give and go to Chin in the middle, but as Manyonger steps in, and he's bowled over and a pass ahead. Salavano spins around, drops it back up top, taken by Armstrong. Turns to his left, takes a crack at it, rolling ball in wide by the right post out over the end line, and a goal kick for the Rhinos just getting started in this one. Third minute and no score.
Some good build-up there. Armstrong, who wears the number 16, he's got a goal and assist in the last 4 games. Does a good job to find some space, to find the opening, and get the shot away at Chase Harrison. But again, Chase will take these ones that are from a long distance all night long.
Harrison with the right foot drives it away through midfield. Delicate up, heads it in the air, back to his own side of midfield. Black will nod it forward once again. Comes loose in front, and finally Diallo run up the back, so a foul is called on the battery. Restart of the midfield line. Line chips it ahead on the left wing side. In underneath it, Palguda drawing it forward, watched by Bennett. Now Gouda turns back, lays it back to the midfield line for Burtz. As he'll look around, now feed off into the middle for Black. Turns it back to the outside on the near wing once again. It is Burtz up the left wing side. Passer in foot picked off by Catalana. Brings it out on the near side to Bennett. And the pass ahead in the middle for Chin. Looking for the through ball. Bonseu turning back will beat Alvarez to the ball. And Bonseu plays it back to his keeper. Alvarez pressing, so Harrison there has to bang it away and downfield. That's kind of the way, I guess, Alvarez scored the game-winning goal in Montreal the other night. Keeper went to kick it away, and Alvarez blocked it into the net. As it's brought away now by the battery, but deflected aside. Aloisi turning back for to the far corner. Mercoloni chasing, and they'll give it off down to Menyanger, and the Rhinos maintain control. Drop to Aloisi up the right side for Delicate. Flicks it across midfield, turns it behind to come up with his own ball. Cross midfield, and he's wiped out, taken down. Foul is called. And the Rhinos will have a restart from the Charleston 40.
Gotta like that. You'll flick to yourself. Very crafty by the big man, Matthew Delicate. And you can see he's got some big players converging on him. He's going to have a lot of man marking on him tonight.
Black turns it to the outside of the near wing. Palguda sends it down in front along the 20. Hit it away, but outside, tipped away by Alavagno on the far wing, and then pushed by Armstrong to the outside. Collision course there. Aloisi runs into the Charleston player. Aloisi's going to draw the yellow card. Oh, I don't know. That's a 50-50 ball. How do you determine which player is going to get the foul?
A 50-50 ball, but Aloisi doesn't even come near the ball. He knew it. His jump start on that was way too late. He just hesitated. Then he came in. He's got to take the player down. Otherwise, Chin is gone. That's a hard tackle there. And good to see no one is injured. But Aloisi very late coming in on the tackle there. Bercoloni was the player on that far side that Aloisi. Again, it's all timing. You got to decide if you're going to go or not. That split-second decision that you wait cost a yellow card and a free kick now for Charleston.
So we're at the 5th minute here at Paytech Park. No score. And the ball chipped away down to the Rochester 20. That's blocked in front by Chin. And moving in a high shot over top of the net. As it's a crack at the ball by Vercoloni way high. And so it is a goal kick once again for the Rhinos.
And Vercoloni is playing on the outside of midfield, but he loves to kind of veer in to the center of the park. That's going to be a guy that the Rhinos need to be aware of. He's a flank player, but a couple times now he's pushed central, so that outside midfielder, whether it's Menyanger or Lyons on that side, will have to be aware of those moves.
Harrison with the right foot will deliver downfield. And is headed up in the air, coming down the midfield line, flicked across midfield by Bennett on the near side. Palguda will let it roll out, and it'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos on the near side. Scott Palguda creeps forward a few feet, now takes the throw-in off of the middle for Delicate. Turns back, but that's taken away by Catalano off to Alavagno, and it's carried upfield by the battery. Then blocked aside by Menyanger. Deflected right to Bennett, cross midfield for make that for Alvarez on the near side, and now taken away by Burtz. He'll drop it off back for Palguda, place it all the way down inside the 18 for Harrison.
Yeah, Alvarez has got the fresh legs. A goal against Montreal. He came on in the 74th minute, scored in the 90th. So I think being fresh gave him the opportunity to chase down those balls. We'll see if he still has those legs tonight.
Harrison flights it away downfield. Center circle, Diallo drops it to his own side of midfield for Aloisi. He's pressed into duty here tonight to the injury to Nate Kraft, so the Rhinos are running out of defenders at the moment.
You know, though, you mentioned a lot of injuries. The team's in second place, playing some good ball still.
Played ahead, taken there. Feed forward by Alavagno and to the outside on the left wing. And it's carried out near midfield. Locked off into the middle. Catalano turning back for the ball. Rolls it to the outside to make that Chin on the outside on the near wing for Catalano. And across midfield. He'll stop it at the midfield line. Drops it back toward the middle. Chase down Chin across midfield on the near side. The ball dropped back to the Charleston side of midfield. Again, the battery defending the end of the field to our left here in the first half. Alexis sends it away. Headed aside. Underneath it, Palguda for the Rhinos, turning into the outside, chased by Armstrong, who blocks it away out of bounds. Throwing for the Rhinos from their own 35 on the near side. Goes short on the throw into Black. Turns it away on the near wing into the outside again for Palguda. One touch across midfield. Checking back of the ball is Diallo. The collision there. Ball bouncing away. Moving up Black as he muscles Olivanyo for the ball. That's knocked loose. Stepping up Bonseu heads it out into the center circle for Menyonger. And the Rhinos on the attack. Menyonger bringing it down to 35. Down to the 30. Looking toward the middle. Now goes to the outside. Moving up on the right wing is Aloisi. Down to the 18. It's blocked there off the ball as it rolls to the end line. Spinning around and played away out near midfield. As the Rhinos will take it right back.
It was good defending by Vercoloni. Menyonger's got to see the space and set the ball to the space for Aloisi.
Menyonger far into the 18. Now here's a cross by Lines down in front along the 6. Diallo underneath it. Couldn't get a hold of it. And that's pushed away outside the box. Settled down there by Menyonger. Turns around to the 20. Drives it away. Chips it through. Diallo tips it to the outside for Palguda. At the near end of the 18. Looking for the cross. Down in front with the head ball. Will send it away out to the 35. Aloisi after it underneath it. In the middle for Bolton. Brings it forward up the near wing. It's a crack at the ball by Black, but blocked away. And comes out top along the near side. Stepping up, Bert's able to touch it ahead up the left wing side for Palguda. Drawing it down to the 20. A chip down inside. The 6. Hudak up in the air will haul it down. Throws it off on the far wing, and away come the battery.
That's a good bit of possession there for the Rhinos. When Scotty Palguda pushes up into that attack, many times he's not marked, and look for him to be a key for the Rhinos to create some attack with that overlapping run.
Taken away nicely by Bolton through midfield for Delicate. Spins there in the center circle, trying to get away, but pushed off the ball, and it's recovered by the battery. To the outside of the near wing, Bennett won't reach it. Ball skips out of bounds. Throw into the near side for the Rhinos. We're in the 9th minute and no score.
And that last stretch there, the Rhinos did a nice job of knocking the ball around, trying to get their rhythm, trying to get their feel for the game. Ended up in a nice cross, just a little too close to the keeper, Justy Hudak.
Birch along is 35 in the middle for Bonseu. And while Bonseu and Kenny Birch are the central defenders, Palguda outside on the left and Aloisi outside on the right. That's tipped away out of bounds on the far side, off of the battery, so a throw in for the Rhinos. Right ahead. Long delivery downfield by Bonseu, trying to get underneath the Diallo, but it's headed away by the battery into the center circle for Olivanyo. Dropped away on the near wing for Bennett. Has it from his own 40 and off the near side. Now challenges and moves across the midfield line. Much there by Palguda, and also helping out is Menyonger. Palguda knocks it away and out. Throw in for the battery on the near side.
Josh Bolton taking the role of Kevin Burns, that defensive midfielder, kind of parked out in front of the defenders. We'll see if he gets a good look like Burns has had a wonderful run here for the Rhinos.
Dropped out top for Chin. He'll play it back to the midfield line. Olivanyo toward the center circle. Leaves it there. Chin turns it to the outside on the left flank. Right across midfield. Played by Corcoran to the outside on the far wing. Draws it ahead. Up the left wing and dropping it back now toward the middle once again. Spun to the outside by Armstrong off of the far wing. The battery on the attack, down to the end line, looking for the cross, sends it across the goal mouth out the near side, skips through the end of the 6, and Palguda with the left foot will hammer it way up into the stands, almost over the stands and out. Throw in deep in the corner for the battery, about 2 yards out off the near side of the field.
That's some good work there by Vercoloni, the former member of the New England Revolution. He's got some good step-over moves, keeping Aloisi honest defensively. The cross just a little too far there for his teammates, crashing towards the net.
Throw in off the right wing side. And it's a looper down inside the 18, near into the 6, but that's blocked away by the Rhinos up the near wing. Turned off on the side and trying to keep it in is Diallo, but bounces away and out, so a throw in for the battery. No, the linesman said it'll go the other way for the throw in.
And Diallo now gets the start tonight for the Rhinos. Ambersley out with the heel injury. He's worked so well with Delicate, but now Diallo gets to play alongside the big man.
Flick forward into Charleston territory, headed to the outside, but a foul is called on Diallo, so we'll turn it the other way as Catalano was taken down. By the way, the center ref, Mark, I'm sorry, I didn't get the pronunciation of his name, Kadlasek,
that sounds great.
Or whatever. Kevin Barcy, Robert Sway's good. And here's another one. The fourth official is Catherine Zajdzik.
Perfect. Couldn't have done better myself.
Well, we know that. Burks across midfield.
Nice.
You don't think I was going to let that one lay, do you?
No.
It's Palguda to hammer it away downfield. That one flicked through. Delicate chasing. Hudak near corner of the box. He gets to it. A half a step ahead of Delicate.
And the Rhinos are kind of interchanging their attack. Short build up, now long balls. I think they're keeping Charleston guessing, trying to pop through for that one opportunity.
Playing away on the near wing. Booted out near midfield. Diallo in underneath it. Heads it forward to Delicott. Tips it away on the near side for Line. Spins back to get away from Bennett. Drops it to his own side of midfield for Palguda up the left wing. Roller along the midfield line for Bolton. Knocked away from him, but Black has it now, and he's pushed. And the ball at the near touchline, however, foul was called on Armstrong. So a restart for the Rhinos.
Yeah, a little too rough there on the back. Shirley Black getting the foul. And that's good possession with the man all over your back.
Out of the middle, dropped off Delicott for Bolton. He'll send it through, but nobody underneath it. Chased down in the near corner by the Battery. A roller ahead to Chin. He'll drop it off for Bennett. Watched by Palguda down on the near side. Once again, taken by Chin up the right wing and across midfield. Dropped off at the midfield line. Palguda steps in. Bolton with it. Drops it off at the center circle for Lines. Aaron Lines across midfield. Lays it to the outside. On the right wing, brought forward by Aloisi. In the middle for Lines once again, spinning around. Looks through, drops it back to his 35 for Birch. As the Rhinos approach midfield. Through on the near wing for Diallo. Has played until tonight, had played only one of the previous 6 matches for the Rhinos. Off the left wing side for Lines, drops it off for Diallo. Cross along the 18, Delicott with his back to that, turns to his right, can't shoot. Still as he spins, tries to drop it off, and it's deflected away. Tips it loose, there's Delicott with a shot, but blocked away, and all the way out back near midfield.
Delicott, you know he's going to have the 2-3 defenders converging on him. Just stay close to him, look for him to lay it off you. He'll attract all the defenders. The space is going to open up, but they're playing too far off of Matthew Delicott.
It's Birch spinning around. Through ball up the left wing side. Delicott tips it off in the middle, but Lines had passed the run, and the ball brought away. But in turn, taken back by Bolton. Throws it ahead on the near side. Diallo tips it back in the middle, but Chin knocks it down for the Battery. As Lines grabs onto him, Chin trying to get away. It's tackled away. However, the whistle blows and a foul is called. Then Younger kicked the ball away, and the referee came running at him like he was going to drive him.
Yeah, it was upset. I think Menyager, he's just frustrated there. He just hasn't seen enough of the ball tonight. He gets frustrated. They double team Chin, and Lines riding the back with the call.
Here come the Battery. Blocked away out over the end line. A corner kick. Nice block there by Aloisi. A corner kick for the Battery.
Yeah, one thing up top that the Rhinos need to focus on is they've got to get Delicott and Diallo playing tighter together. Good slide tackle on that last play by Chris Aloisi. They're looking for a handball, but not going to happen. They get the corner kick instead. 15th minute, no score here at Paytech. Long high floater coming down to the middle of the 18. That's headed out the near end of the box and chased down by Bennett. Bonseu on him. Bennett looking for the cross, sends it back in front. Harrison up in the air, comes down with it at his 3, and holds on as the players move away. Good save. Chase getting a little touch here, getting involved in the game. Not just sitting back there waiting for some action. It's nice, easy action, but it gets your feet wet, gets you into the match.
Now the Battery with 2 shots so far. The Rhinos looking for their first shot of the match thus far. Ball played out through midfield, in underneath the Delicott. And he's run up the back by Kern, and it's headed back to midfield. And with it at the midfield line for the Battery. Plays it out of the near wing for Catalano. He'll drop it off into the middle. Taken by Alexis. Spinning around. No room, so just plays it back to the keeper, Hudak. And he'll first time it away. Through the center circle, Burton underneath it, heads it across midfield to Lines. The Rhinos bring it up. Lines ahead on the left wing side, down to the 20, across along the 18 for Diallo. Just barely flighted over his noggin and brought out the near side by the Battery.
What a ball, though. Just kind of planted in between the 2 defenders. Diallo it's a little off the mark, but Lines, great vision.
Laid away in the middle, moving in Bolton. As they try and settle at the feet, comes out of the near wing, and finally drawn ahead on the left wing side by Lines. A chip down inside again, and in behind was Delicott, but it's played away by the Battery out the near wing. Lines settling it. Turns it back, working all in the middle, sneaks it through Delicott on a give and go, back in front, Bolton, but couldn't reach it, comes out to the 35, and Black moving upfield, chase from behind, Black, crack at it, with the left foot, a bender outwardly, but that is missing the upper left corner by a few feet.
That's a good choice, have a go there, but Charleston's got to sort out this Aaron Lines situation. Lines has got some time now to look up, serve some dangerous balls into the box, and if they saw the Portland game, and his service to Delicott on that goal, that would definitely tighten things up. They've been very loose on him. Black, I think, was a good choice. Took a hard shot, had all day. They opened up and go for it.
Well, finally, the Rhinos got a shot away.
Yeah, mix it up. Take the shot from distance, draw those defenders out, and then maybe try to play the ball inside to the big guy, Matthew Delicott.
Ball skips out of bounds on the near side. Throw in for the Rhinos from their own 40 on the near side. Palguda short to Lines, right back to Palguda. Slips it off in the middle for Black, and the Rhinos bring it away. Black with the left foot sends it to the center circle, but moving up is Corcoran, and it's stolen away by the battery.
It's a bad choice there by Black.
Long on the left wing side for Kalani, chasing after it deep in the far corner. Gets to it to keep it in. No, he did not keep it in, and it'll be a throw-in on the far side for the Rhinos. Sponsors of these broadcasts tonight includes Weigels, the official hot dog at Paytech Park. Power Trip, taste the power, and by Harrow East Athletic Club on the web at harroweast.com. Throw in across the way for Aloisi of the Rhinos, all the way back to near midfield, and that one pounded high in the air and downfield by Curran. Nodded away by Aloisi. The Rhinos have it again. It is Menyonger rolling it along his 18 in the middle for Burtz. He'll switch to the outside on the near wing. Carried away by Palguda as the Rhinos begin to bring it away in upfield. Drop back once again. Black to the outside. Palguda lays it back at his 20 for Burtz. He'll switch through the middle. Bonseu looks at the right wing side. Goes to the outside for Aloisi. Approaching midfield. Aloisi toward the middle now for Menyonger, spinning around and into Charleston territory. Return pass to the outside for Aloisi. As he looks, spins it away for Bolton to the 35. Through ball, almost through, but blocked away by Corcoran again. In turn at midfield, headed by Bolton to Aloisi, back to Bolton. One-timer up the right wing for Menyonger as he spins around, overlapping. Feed deep in the corner for Aloisi. Blocked it at the end line. Look for the cross. Down in front. Diallo. Off the crossbar. Oh, what a shot by Diallo. A side body kick as he was up in the air. Off the crossbar, booted away and downfield.
What an athletic move there by Diallo. I didn't think he had a chance to get the volley on. That was way high. Maybe a header, but Diallo, just incredible athleticism to get his foot on the ball. Now, I think it even froze Dusty Hudak there for a second. As it's off the crossbar, Hudak's watching it. Great overlapping run by Aloisi.
That was the shot of the season. If it had gone in the net, it would have been the goal of the year. I don't think without question.
The ball's put a little behind him. He just gets that right foot snap on it, and Hudak is frozen. He's watching it. He's going, there's no way this guy's going to get a piece of the ball. And it's just wonderful soccer there from Diallo.
I think he actually connected with it. The ball was overhead high, wasn't it?
I think so, too. It was like a side volley with his foot almost over his head or level with his head. Wonderful stuff.
Turned ahead, Diallo on the outside, trying to break away. Corcoran chasing from behind Diallo, the corner of the box, moving and shoots. Rocket ship up over top of the crossbar. He's wiped out, taken down. And Diallo, I don't know if he had much left of the tank by the time he got down inside the 18.
Oh, the Jets, though. You see the speed of Diallo. A wonderful service from Delicat. That's how these two are going to work better together. Ambersley has made his career, or his season so far, playing close to Delicat. This time, Diallo was close to Delicat. He had great speed, pushing forward hard. 3 defenders converged on him, and the shot just a little bit high over the goal. But Delicat and Diallo need to be closer together, working together in the 10, 12-yard distance.
Well, Diallo with a couple of great opportunities. I think he got so excited on that last one, he just lifted it. He rocketed it out of the park.
That one that was off the crossbar, Don, that was candidate for a goal of the week and maybe even the goal of the season. Just to get your body, your leg up that high and make contact, that's wonderful stuff.
We're in the 21st minute here at Paytech, and laid in the middle, lines with it, looks to the outside, feeds it off to Delicat. 20 yards out on the right wing. Delicat deep to the corner for Lines. Watched by Corcoran, who tipped it away. And the ball carried off by the battery. On away upfield. Dropped back in the middle. Alaveno, as he's chasing behind by Bolton. Turns it off through the middle on the near wing, and Chin on the attack. Approaching midfield to the outside for Bennett along the near wing. Bennett looking back as he is chased there by Palguda. Trying to draw it ahead at the right side. Now double team. Looks for the cross, and Burtz blocks it away. Out over the touchline on the near side. Throw in for the battery.
Good central defending there by Kenny Burtz. Palguda's 1v1. Burtz has no assignment, so he kind of comes over and provides the support. That's good team defending.
Throw in. Down inside the 18 on the near wing. That's booted away and out top for Lines. Spins it away to the outside. Lines tips it off for Palguda. Gets the left foot on it ahead, but evidently it went out of bounds, so it'll be a throw in. Play goes on. Finally, the whistle stops play, and a throw-in for the Rhinos deep in the corner. Or is it going to be Charleston? The flag is back up in the corner.
Charleston ball.
And will be a Charleston throw-in.
Referee's assistant had that up for a couple of seconds here. Referee didn't catch the snap or feel the buzz on the referee's assistant's flag.
Throwing on the near side for Armstrong. Goes to the near end of the 18 to Alvarez. Looks around, lays it to the outside again for Armstrong as he's watched by Palguda down around the 5. Turning back on top, left foot's along the 18, tipped toward the net, and the roller is scooped up by Harrison. Thrown out on the far wing.
Good run there. If Chin and Armstrong are on the same page, that's a wonderful ball laid off for the forward. Alvarez, check that.
Up the right side, Diallo down to 35, drops it back for Younger. Looks toward the middle. He'll play it even further back for Aloisi, 40 yards out toward the middle for Bolton. Works toward the middle. Josh Bolton switching to the outside of the near wing for Palguda. Knocks it down, off the left wing side, turns toward the middle, trying to get away from Bennett. Plays it back to his own side of midfield for Birch. One touch in the center circle for Bonseu. As he's chased by Alvarez, Bonseu switching to the outside in the right wing for Aloisi. With the right foot, rolls it ahead, but tipped away by the battery and carried off. Charleston with the ball across midfield. Checking back, deflected aside. Younger has it for the Rhinos. In the middle for Diallo. One touch. Lines looking for the through ball. Delicate. Fired to the 18. Chasing after it. Turns to get away from Hudak. Along the end line. They score! Delicate from an impossible angle. Puts it behind Hudak. Along the end line. Out perhaps a defender in the net. And the Rhinos take a 1-0 lead.
What can you say, Don? When things are going right, they're going right. And Delicate, he's got the fever. Wonderful touch there from Aaron Lines. Again, a through ball. He finds Delicate. Very similar to the goal against Portland. It's tipped in off the defender, Alexis. But Delicate, again, he rounds the keeper. We saw it last week. And he just drives it towards goal. It's going to go in. Someone's going to be there to tap in, whether it's a Rhino player or a Battery player. But that's beautiful combination soccer. Diallo, Lines, and then Daly says, let me take a shot here. Alexis tries to break it up, but it's not going to happen. It goes in the back of the net.
Well, the Rhinos scoring first. And what do you think? Are they going to call that one an own goal?
I don't like they probably will, but I think you can.
It's fifth of the season, scored by number 7, Matthew Delicate. With the assist to number 18, Aaron Kiwi Lines. That's Delicate. All right, good stuff. Delicate with his team-leading fifth.
Yeah, he's got to give Deli the credit. His intention was to put that on goal. It went in off a default player. He's got 5 goals now, and again, he's found his touch. Man, he scores those goals in the air, but the last 2 he's put in have been so nice. On the ground, composed, taking it around the keeper, Delicate. Coach was criticized for playing him a lot, but he has found his rhythm.
Well, if the defender hadn't touched the ball, they would have got in.
I think so. Maybe I've gone off that far post, but you take your chance, put it towards goal, see what happens.
All right, brought away upfield by Charleston as the Rhinos draw first blood here tonight at Paytech, and pushed to the outside, moving up is Armstrong. On the left wing, down to the Rochester 20. That's kicked aside and out on the far wing by Black. Throw in across the way for the Battery. Throw into the far end of the 18, underneath it, Vercaloni, as he's bumped from behind by Aloisi. Ball gets away, and it's out of bounds, and they're going to say no. It is off of Aloisi, or no, they're going to say it was a foul.
Yeah, he hit him from behind. There's no reason there. Aloisi's got to come in so hard. Vercaloni's got his back to the goal, going away from the goal. Just pressure him with the body. You don't got to slam into him.
Aloisi's going for the ball. The guy should get out of the way.
Yeah, he'll find himself on the bench before you know it.
You know what?
But again, it's a bad spot for a foul now.
This is outside the far end of the 18, about 10 yards out. A very dangerous and tricky spot right here.
All for a foolish foul.
26th minute. There they go for the net. Up over top, off the hand of Harrison, over top of the crossbar, out over the end line, and a corner kick for the Battery.
That's some confidence there from that tough angle. Alvarez, who scored that late game-winning goal in Montreal, says, you know what, I'm going to have a go here. Harrison, I think, and the rest of the Rhinos expecting the cross, but Alvarez keeping the Rhinos keeper honest.
Corner kick off the left wing side, right-footed kicker and in-swinger. 26th minute, 1-0 lead for the Rhinos. Taking a look at that. Who is that out there?
It's Alvarez and Chase Harrison inside the 6. Little tangle up, you could say.
Service from Alvarez. Set once again. Here it is. He goes out top. Chin at the far corner of the 18 with the right foot. Goes for the man. And hits the crossbar. Comes out in front. Slid away by Black. The shot in. And they score. Loose in front. Finally put away by Alvarez along the 18. And the Battery come back and knock this one up at 1.
You know, that's a smart play by the Charleston Battery. I think they realize the sun is in the face of Chase Harrison. They played a corner kick short to Chin. And the Rhinos expecting the cross driven in. Chin, I don't know if it's a shot or just a cross that's directed towards the goal. The sun is definitely in the eyes of Chase Harrison. I don't think he sees it till late. It's off the crossbar, and from that point on, it's just a mess in front of the 6. Alvarez, Mr. Opportunistic. He's in the right place at the right time. Neatly tucks it away, and Charleston's back in this game at 1.
Looked for me like for a moment there was one of the Rhinos players that had an opportunity to just blast it away.
Yeah, I think Shirley Black.
Alvarez unassisted in the...
So Alvarez with his team leading 6th goal of the season, that knocks it up at 1 apiece.
Shirley Black maybe a little too casual there.
Flip down inside and out to grab it at his 10. He is Hudak. He'll roll the ball ahead, brought upfield by Alemano. Even now at 1 in the 28th minute here at Playtech. Turn to the outside of the near wing for Chin. Looks away downfield, drops it back in the middle. Alvarez drops it off, but they're taken away by the Rhinos. Cross midfield for Delicat. Checking back on the ball at midfield, drops it down to his 25 for Birch. He'll roll it off in the middle for for Timwa Bonseu. To the outside on the far wing, ahead for Aloisi. Drops it back in the middle. The Rhinos will have a game here next Friday night. As Rochester, this is the 2nd of 6 straight on home turf. And that's not even counting the Open Cup games last Tuesday and then a week from this coming Tuesday.
Nice home cooking, very comfortable surroundings for the Rhinos, but 1-1. Not very comfortable right now.
And Younger looking toward the middle. Plays it off toward the middle for Delicat as he runs into Armstrong, who gets up and takes the ball away. And then he's grabbed onto, and a foul is called on Delicat. So a restart for the Battery from their own 35.
And the Rhinos are going to have to find an answer for this 5-man midfield of Charleston. They are just lined up straight across the pitch. Alvarez being the lone forward. He'll get the occasional support, but the Rhinos need to find an answer to break through this bunker-style midfield.
Ball delivered downfield. As the ball is pounded high in the air out toward midfield. And they wish the Rochester coach, Corey Calloway, a happy birthday here. And
1 years old.
I said it's what, your 26th birthday?
Oh, 26th.
Yeah, he said you switch him around, but he's not going to tell you how old he is. Ball chipped down inside. That's knocked down off the line. Punched away by Harrison, and then booted out of the box by Birch, and a big save right there by Harrison.
And who is it? It's the guy up top by himself, Alvarez. He's got a nose for the goal. He's in his rhythm right now.
At the end line, Chin looking for the cross. Hit ball out over the end line. Diving back for it was Bonseu. Handed it, and I think it went off the crossbar.
You know, Bonseu went for it. Also, Chase Harrison went for it. So that's, again, some guys who probably haven't seen a lot of time together as Vercoloni creates some havoc. And Bonseu and Harrison, a little confusion there. Luckily, it's not an own goal for the Rhinos. And Harrison, maybe if he calls it, is a little more vocal there. Not sure if he did or not. Bonseu, nonetheless.
All of a sudden, the Battery have come to life here.
A lot of confidence. Big wins Friday in Montreal, and now another big goal from Alvarez.
Shots were even at 4 just a couple of moments ago, and now it's 8-4 lead for Charleston. Bennett goes low to the box. That one knocked down, turned on the near side, and to the outside once again for Bennett. With the right foot across down along the 6, knocked down in front, and poked away now by Delicat. Not taken by Alemano on the far wing, and then first time away, out and downfield across midfield by Birch. Center circle recovered again by the Battery. Burkert on the left wing, feeds it ahead up the far wing. On the attack, the Battery once again, a long cross through the 18, the near end of the box. Underneath it is Bennett. At the near corner, turns to his left to try and get away. Turn again to the left. That's finally booted away by Bolton. However, a foul is called back in the middle, and the restart for the Rhinos. Other sponsors of these broadcasts include Nextel, Power Up, Best Volvo, where style, safety, and all-wheel drive come together. And by Cintas, the service professionals. Discover what Cintas can do for your organization.
The Rhinos have gotten a little flat defensively, a little soft on the marking. Bennett and Vercoloni. They've got some time now with the ball. The Rhinos maybe a little more urgency, a little more pressure. They have seemed to fall asleep just a bit here.
Aloisi long service downfield on the right wing side. Diallo he's pushed over going for the ball. Ball is out. It'll be a throw in on the far side. Or where's the foul call? Should have been a foul. I believe it'll be a kick and a foul called for the Rhinos to take the kick.
Yeah, you still want to see Diallo and Delicat work closer together and play those long balls into the big guy. You can fight them off and try to feed Diallo off of that, but the Rhinos have kind of gone away from that.
31st minute, even at 1 here at Paytech. Feed off the right wing side, a left-footed kicker. Here's Lige delivering down inside the box. Up they go. It's played away and out top, and chased down by Alvarez. Along the near wing, turning, trying to get away from Bolton. Drives it ahead, turns to the outside. Bolton blocks it away and out. It'll be a throw in on the near side for the battery from their own 35.
And on that last free kick there, Don, it was served into the box, kind of popped out to the top of the 18. Someone's got to be parked out there. That's just, let the big guys do the banging. Hang out there for pops out. You just crack one towards the net. Everybody was way too deep that time for Rochester.
Shirley Black switches through the center circle off of the far wing, and Lyons has to hustle to get to it as he's double-teamed. Lyons gets taken away by the battery. Center circle and drawn off with the near wing for Armstrong. He'll chip it to the outside again on the far wing for Corcoran. On the attack, approaching the midfield line, now into Rhino territory, up the left wing. He carries it down to the 35, goes to the outside, Aloisi chasing Mercaloni, and there's a high cross, but that one way out over the end line and out of play. Tied at 1, 32nd minute here at Paytech. Once again, sponsors of these broadcasts. Connolly Printing, the official printer of the Rhinos. Salvatores, they deliver everything but babies. Also by Health Source Chiropractic, your partners in complete health, located at 90 Erie Canal Drive in the Canal Park Medical Complex.
Scott Pelcuda, Chris Eloise, they've had their work tonight. They've been up and down the flanks with Bennett and with Vercalone. They're going to have a nice little break coming up at halftime. They've been working very hard.
Through midfield, skips out of bounds on the near side. A throw in near midfield on the near side for the battery to be taken by Catalano. Into Alvarez along the near side. Burt's on him. Alvarez spinning away. Brings it down the right wing side, trying to draw it in front, and Burt's just says, "Here, sit down." Right away now.
That's what you get for scoring a goal.
He is so big and strong, it's amazing.
He is nasty. He is a tough competitor.
Yeah, I hate to play against him. Out near midfield, Dedicott settles it off the midsection, drops it back to the outside. Pelguda on the near wing, turns toward the middle, left puts it across midfield, and Lyons will work forward. Lyons on the attack, down to the 35. Stops, slows it up. Looks back to the middle, feeds off to the middle, but Chin intercepts, tips it aside for Olivano, and is recovered by the battery. Armstrong pass. Bolton will step in to try and boot it away, deflect it off of the far side to Aloisi. Rhinos have it. Aloisi rolling into Bolton through the center circle. Switches to the left wing side for Pelguda. Drawing it forward through ball. That's to Diallo. Turns back. Skips it off in the middle from Younger. Turnaround. 25 yards out. Lays it to the outside and moving up on the ball. Here comes Aloisi. Tip toward the 6. Up in the air they go. Hit it out the near side of the 18, and Lyons will settle it. As he draws it away, turns back to the left foot and across down in front. Booted away out the 6 in the air, shanked away off the foot of Carol Alexis off the end line, and a corner kick for the Rhinos.
The Rhinos are getting some good work down the flanks. Aloisi doing a wonderful job overlapping. Delicott is going to be your target man though on those balls that are high in the box. Diallo and Delicott almost maybe a little bit of a switch there. Let Delicott go for the headers. Diallo feed off of that. It's just been mixed up here so far for the Rhinos.
Pelguda will take the corner kick, left-footed kicker and outswinger. Set to serve it up, and here it comes. Pelguda low into the 6. Now the 18 hit ball in. They score! A beautiful head ball. Looks like Bonseu puts it down lower right corner, and the Rhinos regain the lead.
Not bad. You get your second goal. It comes from two defenders. The left back, Scotty Pelguda, that's a wonderful service. Where he puts it, there's no chance for the keeper to come off his line and get it. Bonseu neatly has it down from the 12-yard spot. Hudak's going to come all the way across the box. There's no way he's going to get that. Great service. Bonseu's wide open. There's two players just watching. Very soft attempt to mark the Rhinos defender, and where he places it, it just kind of pops off that post. Hudak has no chance at all. Great corner kick for Pelguda.
Bonseu is first of the season. Giving him 2 points in the air, Pelguda. As he adds another one, now 2 goals, 2 assists for 6 points on the season. And at midfield, it's taken by Bolton.
First of the season scored by number 27, Tanoa Timon Bonseu. With the assist to number 17, Scott Pelguda. That's Bonseu from Pelguda in the 35th minute.
Diallo taken down. A free kick for the Rhinos. 25 yards out off the left wing side.
Well, we've seen it all here. 3 goals in the first half. The fans are definitely getting their money's worth tonight. And now another dangerous free kick coming from a left-footed player.
36th minute. Rhinos up 2-1. And the quick restart for Lyons. And the referee says, no, wait a minute.
You know what? Lyons is upset, and he's right, because he's got to ask for 10 yards. The referee, there's no reason why he should have stopped that play. That's a bad call by the official.
Now he tells Lyons, put the ball down. He puts the ball down. Now the ref goes over and he tells the defenders, Charleston Battery, where the wall needs to be.
And that's not at this level. They play, they ask for 10, then you give the 10.
Line set. Now Menyonger step over. Here's Lines down inside. That was skipping through along the 18 and then booted away out of the box. Out to midfield. Taken by Aloisi, and the Battery trying to tie up, or rather the Rhinos trying to tie the Battery up in their own end once again. Palguda heads it along the 20 toward the middle for Diallo, as he's run up the back, but no foul is called, and it's carried away by Armstrong. Battery turning it to the outside of the far wing, approaching midfield. Arcoloni on the attack. Draws it down to the Rochester 35, turning it to the outside, chased by Bolton, sneaks it ahead, overlapping his Corcoran. Drawing it down near the end line, stops, cross with the right foot along the 18 for Chin, turns back, and sneaking it behind, taken away by Lines. Drops it off, and Younger to the outside of the near wing for Palguda. 37th minute here at Paytech. Flick forward by Delicott across midfield. Lines after it, won't get there, and it's recovered by the Battery. Alavagno drops it back, and Catalano will send it away and downfield. One big hop, couple of bounces down inside the 18. Taken by Alvarez to the end line. His cross hits the outside of the net, and it'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. Again, sponsors of these broadcasts tonight include the World Gym. Real gyms, real people, real results. Auction Direct for your next car. Log on to auctiondirect.com and buy the RIT and everything you need to be perfectly comfortable.
A little bit of confusion there. Kenny Burtz and Chase Harrison. Alvarez, he's going to work all the time. Burtz and Harrison, not sure where to go with the ball there, and Alvarez does get a shot on goal, but still, they've got to be on the same page and communicate who's going to take the ball, who's going to take the man.
Turn downfield, drawn back, Burtz has it now. He'll play it out to midfield, but deflected aside, goes to the center circle, recovered there by Lines, and he'll play it back to Aloisi. Well, I'll tell you what, Aaron Lines is seemingly everywhere tonight.
He has found his form, and he's on the left side, the right side. He's taking restarts, and again, his vision, too. It's just been wonderful. I hope he continues that kind of form. It's just wonderful to watch.
Palguda dropping it back. Burtz from his 25. Looks away downfield. He'll switch it now to the right wing side, the far side of the field for Aloisi. Approaching midfield, watched by Vercoloni. Across midfield, Diallo one tip to the outside. Lines in underneath it, trying to get away, but Corcoran pops it up in the air. In behind Aloisi, tips it forward again. Corcoran knocks it away. This time Bolton getting to it. And up the right wing side for Aloisi. Has along the far touchline, feed toward the middle for Bolton. Switching back to the left foot, he'll cross it out of the near side. Palguda has started to run upfield and has to turn back for the ball.
Come on.
Gets to it at the midfield line. Palguda sends it away down to the far end of the 18. Lines gets tied up. Gets away. Are you kidding me? A foul is called on Lines. He's turning away, trying to get away. The defender falls at the back of his feet, and he's called for the foul.
That's a bad call. Lines and Corcoran going for it. Lines maybe bumps into him, but I think that goes both ways. They both collide, and Corcoran's exhausted. He says, thank you. We'll take possession there.
Wow. Lines up makes it through, and now the center circle man. Younger up the left wing, but headed away. Out the near side, brought forward by Palguda. Turns it to the outside for Diallo. Has it 35 yards out, drops it back. Taken by Lines, working toward the middle, spinning it off in the middle. And for Younger. Drops it back on the near side, and Black up the left wing. Down to the 18 for Palguda. Switching back to the right foot side. Here's a cross along the 18. Down inside, bending toward the 6 and headed away and out of the box by the Battery. Armstrong nods it aside for Vercoloni. On the left wing. Chased there by Bolton, spinning back for the ball. Drops it off for Corcoran. On the far wing and a pass in the middle for Alavagno. He'll look downfield and carries it forward to the midfield line. Black steps in, but Alavagno will hammer it away downfield, rolling down inside the 18, and the Rhino keeper, Chase Harrison, has the ball.
The Rhinos have sort of figured out this 5 midfielder formation. The overlapping runs by Palguda and Aloisi have really mixed things up and shaken up the shape of the Charleston Battery midfield. That's really been working wonders for the Rhinos.
All ahead on the left wing and across midfield. Line turns into the outside for Diallo. Along the near touch line. Diallo looks forward. His return pass to the outside for Lines. Drawing it toward the end line. Here's a cross down inside, and Hudak gets it away on the far wing. Menyonger's there, but it's blocked away out over the end line by Vercoloni. And a corner kick coming up for the Rhinos.
Menyonger's going to want that one back. He thought he had all day, and he waited for the ball to come down. Hudak makes a bad play coming off his line there. The former Rhino keeper. If you're going to come off the line, you've got to get more than that on the ball. And look who's there to serve it again. It's Aaron Lines. Again, Hudak just barely gets a piece of it. And Menyonger not aggressive enough going after that ball.
Looked like maybe, well, if he had gone for the ball, he would have had to head it in, right?
Head it in or head it towards the frame and see if there's someone else coming in there. Not to go for the ball there. big opportunity wasted.
And let's see what Palguda does with the service this time. Left-footed service. It'll be an in-swinger this time. Off the far side. Here comes the kick down inside. Burt's up in the air, but flighted over top of him. Comes out the near end of the 18. Rolling ball is out. Throw in on the near side for the battery. Burt's going for the ball. Blocked away and sent head over tea kettle by Armstrong. Burt's now picks the ball up and he throws it away down to the corner. And the referee not too happy. Diallo stops in and starts to get in the face of the referee, trying to separate he and Kenny Burt's.
I think Burt's is upset because Armstrong kind of came to a sudden stop. And Burt's takes the tumble, looks a little embarrassed in front of his hometown fans. I'm sure there's going to be consequences for that one.
Well, Burt's just fanned on a kick right there to Black as he and Alvarez go down. The foul is called on the battery.
Burt's is still a little upset. He's got to get his composure back. He'll have plenty of time to get tangled up with Armstrong.
Now Lavagno comes over and he gives Diallo a shove and knocks him down. It's got a little out of hand here.
It's the air pockets on the field.
Ball brought forward to the 35. On the restart for the battery, turn to the outside. Chin with a pass ahead. Bennett drops it one time to the outside once again for Chin. Watched by Palguda. Across down along the 10 and over Bonseu, but nodded away and out of the box by Aloisi. On the far side, carried away by Menyunger. Back heel to Aloisi. He'll feed forward to Bonseu, or to rather Bolton make that. Out to his 35. Gets it away for Black as he goes down, and the ball is recovered by the battery. Alavagno to the outside. Bennett spinning away, but Black moves in, and he'll chip it away, and it'll skip out of bounds on the near side. Throw in for the battery, 40 yards out of the near side.
Josh Bolton's had a good 43 minutes. He's stepping in for Kevin Burns, and he's done a very good job. He's always composed in the right spots. He looks very strong tonight.
All rolling to the end line. And it'll be taken there, Harrison. Drives it away as we're approaching halftime. It's now the 43rd minute, a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos.
Bert still some words for Alvarez, talking about elbows being thrown. He's got the wrist bandaged up, and that's not going to keep him from playing. Now he wears the captain's armband. Play some Scotty Vallow.
Right it through midfield. Nadicott will nod it forward. In underneath it, Diallo tips it to the outside from Menyunger. On the far wing and up the right wing side. Drawing it down to the 18. Here's a cross down on the 6, but booted away into the stands by Curran. So a corner kick once again for the Rhinos. It's the third of the half.
That's it. Just put them under pressure. Throw the ball in there, see what happens. You've got guys streaking in. And the defender there, he's got nothing. Curran's got to just play it. And it comes off his leg. Now a great opportunity. Another corner kick. We'll see if the two defenders can hook up again.
Once again, it'll be Palguda moving over for the corner. We're in the 44th minute, and a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos.
Think they'll mark up Bonseu this time? Hopefully not, but...
Well, if they mark him, there's always Burt's, or of course there's Delicott, or...
Great options, great options.
Here's Palguda with the service into the box, coming down around the 6, comes out the near side. Here's Bonseu with the kick, and blocked away at the line off the defender out over the end line. Wow.
Bonseu again finds himself wide open. And this is the second time now Hudak, who's come off his line, very, very questionable there. Pops it out. If you're going to punch it, it's got to be away. And Bonseu's in the right spot there. Just fires it with the right foot. Luckily for the batter, the defender's closing in on the line.
Well, here's Palguda playing military soccer. Left, right, left, right. Now he's on the left wing side.
It's new terminology. I like it.
Here's Palguda from the corner off the left wing side, down inside, but nobody there for the Rhinos. That's played out around the 35, and underneath it is Black. Turn to the side for Bolton. Watch closely. He'll switch it to the outside of the near wing for Line. Sends a high floater down to the 20 and then booted away by Karalexis. Popped up in the air, coming down center circle, and Black able to head it forward once again. That's up in the air and not at his side. Underneath it is Bolton, but the foul is called as a little reckless on that attack with Diallo.
Diallo is coming from an offside position back into the play there. So 1 minute of stoppage time. And,
1 minute.
3 goals. Good first half for the fans. A lot of goals, a lot of entertainment.
Restart for the battery from the 35. Send it through midfield. Getting to it, Bonseu. First time get away off on the far wing, and then underneath it is Menyunger. Carries it across midfield. Off the right wing side on the attack, through ball. Chased by Diallo down to the end line. He'll look for the cross down inside, knocked down, and kicked out over the end line. Another corner coming up for the Rhinos.
And the Rhinos got to hurry up here. We're in stoppage time. And one last rush here. As they kind of take their time for the corner kick. Palguda, hopefully he'll be able to get it off.
Well, that should be about all the time there will be is from the corner kick.
That last rush there, Delicott, he's charging towards and he's drawing the defenders with him. If somebody had been trailing in behind Diallo, has got another option there, but no one but Delicott and Diallo on that last rush.
Corner kick off the right wing side. Palguda with the right-footed in-swinging kick down inside, but headed in the air by Alexis. Coming out around the 18, Bonseu knocks it back inside, but that's knocked down. The whistle blows, and that's it for the first half of play. So we've completed a half here at Paytech Park. One half played, and the Rhinos leading 2-1, even though the Battery did outshoot the Rhinos in that first half 8-6. But still, Joe, a pretty good half, and in fact, it looked like the Rhinos were even coming on stronger as the half went along.
Yeah, they figured out the Charleston formation. They've got the 5 midfielders bunkered across, so the fans were entertained, I thought, by 3 goals. But again, they figured out that formation, started to find the cracks, and I thought Lyons was very effective in the first half.
And, of course, Matthew Delicott opened up the scoring, picking up his team leading 5th of the season. Bonseu gets his first of the year, so everybody's chipping in here.
They sure are. Defenders helping out, forwards helping out. What a great combination on that first goal. Diallo, Lyons, and Delicott neatly taking it around the keeper, and you just put it in front of the frame, see what happens. Luckily for him, it's tipped in the net.
Going to send you down to the field side and to see if we can't get a hold of Soccer Sam, who's wandering around down there somewhere. I don't know if he can hear us yet or not, but are you ready? Sam, are you there?
Oh, Johnny, baby. John Stevens, the Donna Radio Broadcasting, Joe Giuliano, the best in the business, doing their thing here. Scott Palguda. They got the assist tonight, the big assist.
Going down.
Baby, the first assist on a corner kick, I think, in years. 35-minute mark. Tell us about that goal, baby.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's definitely been a while since we've scored off a clean header off the corner. So, yeah, we got a couple guys that are excellent in the air. Danny and T-Bone trying to put it in the picture. Let's get on the end of it.
T-Bone, it's up in the air. Palguda, T-Bone, Bonseu, far corner. Is that amazing or what?
Great Father's Day gift for T-Bone. That's for me.
T-Bone, Bonseu, father of 3. It's Father's Day, baby. They're up. The Rhinos 2-1 at halftime. We're here live at Paytech Park on the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Scotty Palguda, give me some skin, baby. Have a great second half.
I appreciate it.
Oh, man, he's good. Let's go back to Don and Joe.
All right, Sammy, thank you very much. Try not to get too excited down there in the field, Sammy. I know it's Father's Day and all, but take it easy, will you? All right, so we have completed a half, and so far so good. The Rhinos on top. At one half of play complete, it is the Raging Rhinos 2, Charleston Battery 1, and this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Once again at Paytech Park, one half complete, and the Rhinos on top by a 2-1 score. We take a look at the scoring and the first half statistics brought to you by Time Warner. Get all in one, digital cable, Roadrunner, and digital phone. One simple package, one low price. The first goal of the game coming in the 23rd minute. It was Delicott with his team leading 5th of the season. Matthew Delicott scoring and Aaron Lyons assisting, and the Rhinos up 1-0. But the Battery came right back in the 27th minute. The goal was scored by their team leader, Alvarez, picking up his 6th of the season. A goal was scored by Byron Alvarez, and the game tied up at that point at 1 apiece. Rhinos then came back and regained the lead in the 35th minute. And while Bonseu is first of the season, assisted by Palguda. Bonseu from Palguda in the 35th minute. And the Rhinos back on top 2-1, which is where the scoring ended for the first half, with the Rhinos leading at the end of the half by a 2-1 margin. Shots in that first half of play, unofficial stats, 10 shots for the Battery and 6 for the Rhinos. Charleston out shooting Rochester 10-6 in the first half. Corner kicks, the Rhinos had 5 and the Battery with 3. And offsides, 1 against the Rhinos and none against Charleston. Fouls, 8 against the Rhinos and 6 against the Battery. And also Chase Harrison credited with 5 saves in that first half. And Dusty Hudak at the other end was not credited with a save. So there's your first half stats. And we'll continue with halftime in a moment from Paytech Park. It's the Rhinos on top, 2-1 at the half. And this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Halftime at Paytech Park, and as the Rhinos have a 2-1 lead over the Charleston Battery. Tonight's intermission interview brought to you by Connolly Printing, the official printer of the Rhinos. And, well, we're glad to have him up here, but unfortunately we have him up here, and that is Nate Kraft, the Rhinos defender, slash at some point midfielder, I think, a few times along the way, but out injured now. And so, Nate, we're certainly sorry to see you up here, but thanks for coming up anyway. Appreciate it very much.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I would wish you happy Father's Day, but I don't think there's any need for that, right? No, okay. No. All right, just get that straightened away and out of the way. What happened? Well, it's a knee injury, obviously.
Yeah, I went into a tackle, and it just kind of, I got there a little late, but on the tackle, it just the other guy came in kind of high on my knee, and it twisted a little. So, I'm pretty much sidelined for 3 weeks and go back into the doctors, and we'll see what happens after that.
Well, at this point, no surgery, though, right?
No, they said no surgery is necessary, so that's a good thing, I think.
A partial tear, a sprain?
Yeah, just a partial tear. So they're going to, go back, take another MRI, and we'll see after that. So hopefully it's good news, and I can get back as soon as possible.
Ever had one of these before?
No, never.
You haven't really had very many injuries at all, have you?
No, never, really. I mean, I'm not used to it. I'm kind of crabby.
Besides being bored.
Yeah.
Well, that's certainly a shame. I know that things were actually going very well for you. You were coming along pretty strong here, I think, of late.
Yeah, it's coming back from indoor. You need your outdoor legs. So coach kind of, gave me some time to do that. So, and I was feeling good, and it's just one of those bummer things that happen, when you play. So. You just kind of got to do what's necessary to get back on your feet as quickly as possible.
Now, this last year was your first time at indoor, right?
Yeah, this past winter, yeah.
Okay, now last year you went all the way to the final game of outdoor here with the Rhinos. Then you went to indoor. Did you not go to do the same thing for indoor?
Yeah, and we lost there too.
Oh, so
maybe I'm
it's your fault. It's your fault.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what I was getting at. What I was getting at was you've played a lot of soccer in the last year. Could it be taking its toll at this point?
Yeah, I think
because you're not young anymore. You're an old guy.
Yeah, I'm 30 years old, but I think the good thing is I've come along into the pro sport kind of late, so a lot of the guys who've been playing a long time at this level, they've taken the knocks where me, I've played, just as long, but not at this level, so maybe I haven't taken as hard as knocks as these guys, but who knows, age does catch up again.
Yes, it does, and I can attest to that very well. But, you were feeling good, though, even though you played the full year?
Yeah, absolutely. I was feeling fine. I was not sore. I didn't have any knocks, and it's just, I think it's one of those kind of, in my view, kind of a low blow tackle. It was one of those that didn't need to happen. He won the ball fair and square, and when he came through, he just kind of went high on me, and I didn't think it was necessary. So what goes around comes around, I guess. But.
We're talking with Rhino defender Nate Kraft, who's out injured now for the next couple of weeks, or maybe 3 or so. We'll find out and keep our fingers crossed that it's a short-term injury. We'll continue our conversation in a moment from Paytech. It is a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos over the Battery, and this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Paytech Park at the half, a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos over the Battery. We're talking with injured defender Nate Kraft, out for a few weeks with a bit of a knee injury here, and we don't have a whole lot of time left, but I wanted to ask a couple of questions about the team. Everybody talking about the team. It doesn't seem like you're winning all that much, but you're second place in the league right now.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind we've played, most of our games. I think this is our 4th home game of the year. Yeah. So, the other 10 have been away. So just to come away with the tie and maybe sneak a win, that's good. That's why, right now we're going to be on a homestand. So, hopefully we can start racking up some wins.
Yeah, I guess that's the biggest thing right now is to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Not sit back and relax or anything, but...
No, not at all. Especially we got a lot of these home game or away games out of the way. So now we just, sit at home and, just kind of, like I said, get a good run in with some wins.
Let me ask you about this. Can you believe that when this game is finished, that's the halfway point of the season?
Yeah,
if you believe that, it's 14 games already.
Yeah, it seems like, especially with the way they schedule it, every weekend it seems like there's 2 games.
Yeah.
So, after a couple of weeks, it's like you racked up quite a few.
Of course, there's Open Cup activity. That's going to be a few more, a week from this coming Tuesday's another Open Cup game. So there's still going to be a lot of activity here.
Yeah. We'll be busy.
Yeah. All right, Nate, thank you so much. Appreciate you coming up.
Okay.
And you won't know anything further for what? You say about 3 weeks?
Yeah, about another 2.5 weeks. So the sooner the better.
All right. Try not to get too bored, okay?
Yeah, okay. Thanks,
and then don't do what I saw you doing at practice the other day. Kicking the ball around with his good foot. He's got this great big thing on his right leg, and he's standing on the right leg and kicking the soccer ball with the left leg. Come on. Did your dad teach you anything?
Yeah. I'm just not good at being injured, I guess.
I guess not. Well, fortunately for us, you're not, but we're certainly sorry to see you up here, and hopefully you'll be back out there soon. Thanks for coming up.
Thanks very much, Ted. Thanks for having me.
Nate Kraft, who's out injured, and we'll be getting underway with the second half. Coming up very shortly from Paytech Park. Again, it's a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos over the Charleston Battery after a half. And this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Paytech Park, it is a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos over the Charleston Battery. As we're approaching the second half of play, looking at the official stat sheet, we did see that the Battery outshot the Rochester Rhinos in that first half 10-6 margin. 5 saves for Harrison and no saves credited for Hudak. Fouls 8-6, Rochester with the 8. And the Battery was 6, one offsides against the Rhinos. Corner kicks, Rochester had 5, and Charleston had 3. And in fact, the Rhinos were pounding away with the corner kicks in short order there for a little bit. Delicate from lines in the first goal. Alvarez coming back for the game-evening goal for the Battery, and then the Rhinos with another go-ahead goal. Bonseu from Palguda, and the Rhinos moving out to a 2-1 lead, which is where we stand now, heading into the second half of play. The Rhinos now will be attacking the net to our right. Terry Harrison will be in goal down to our left. Sun still shining, and just about all of the field, really close to all of the field, is still in the sunshine. The lights are on. I'm not sure exactly why, but the lights are on. And Joe Giuliano, of course, has been checking out to see if there's any substitutions here. Who are they?
Oh, yeah. I'm working very hard at that. My work not done yet. Just give me a few more minutes, okay?
Joe, why are you breathing hard?
Done. This halftime TV on-off stuff is very challenging for a man in my shape. I'm not in my playing shape anymore, believe it or not.
Well, for those of you on the radio side of our broadcast here, you'll be interested to know that Joe Giuliano goes down to the field side at halftime, so he's got to, when he gets done down there, run back up here.
It's a tough job, Don, but someone's got to do it, and I enjoy working with the character, we'll call him, on the sideline.
Here's an understatement. All right, as we're underway now in the second half, that's down inside the Rhino 18, rolling to the end line, and Harrison will take it as Bennett was on the attack for the Battery. He's being challenged there by Alvarez.
Take a look at the defensive line. Looks like it's the same for Charleston. Looking across the 5 midfielders, still the same. Armstrong playing just a little bit behind of Alvarez. So it looks like no changes here for Charleston, but we'll double check that.
All the Charleston players with the hands up to shade their eyes from the sun, so right now they're looking deep into the sun. Downfield, a miss by Alexis, headed down inside after Delicate, but one hop. Grabbed there by Hudak, and he'll roll it aside off the far wing.
And the Rhinos got to take the same advantage that Chin did. Drive one towards the goal, see if Hudak has some trouble with the sun in his face.
And midfield pushed to the outside for Bennett on the right wing, as he'll be watched closely there by Palguda. Now slipped through in the middle, but tipped away by Birch from Younger, and the Rhinos have it. Off in the middle, Bolton feeds it through to Lyons. He dropped it off there, but nobody after the ball. Spinning back, Alavano laces it to the outside. On the far wing, taken by Bennett. His pass ahead, Chin is tipped aside, and the Rhinos will carry it away. Lyons drops it off in the middle. Younger approaching the center circle, switching to the outside of the near wing for Diallo. Off the right wing, drawing it down to the 30, down to the 25. He'll roll it down inside, through ball to Delicate, moving in, it's hit, and knocked down by Hudak along the 6. Nice ball. Delicate didn't get much of a touch on it, however.
It was timed just beautifully, and Delicate, even just a little toe poke, it's going to be redirected. That's good communication, good vision from Diallo, good run by Delicate.
Ball delivered downfield, far into the 18. Alvarez looking for a cross, watched by Bonseu. Lays it to the outside. Here's a chip down along the 15, blocked away out of the box by Bolton. After it, Alavano turns it to the right foot side, can't get a shot away, dropped off, deflected aside, and in underneath it, headed forward by Bonseu. Can't get away, however, and Black this time able to clear it away upfield for Lyons. Approaching midfield, giving it off to Bolton. Challenge from behind, turns away from Chin. Drops it off for Black, rolls it to the outside along the left wing, and carried forward by Palguda to midfield. He'll approach the center circle. Palguda dropping it off at the midfield line for Bolton. Looks away and downfield, now looking to move through, and he does. On a pass out of the left wing side for Delicate. Long cross, down along inside the box, and knocked down by Corcoran off his chest to Hudak. He'll grab it and throw it off on the near side.
From the Charleston perspective, Alavano, he's usually a guy we call 20, 30 times a half. He has done absolutely nothing tonight. He has been completely shut out of this game.
And Younger slips it down inside the 18. Ball is knocked down there and carried away. So Younger trying to feed in behind for Delicate.
Yeah, they're finding the gaps now. They're finding the spaces. Charleston's defense starting to break down just a little bit. And Delicate sensing that, making the run, and they're just trying to get him on the end of those balls.
Push to the outside on the right wing and at midfield. Delivery across midfield for Armstrong. Turning back once again. He'll lay it back at midfield. Turns back with the ball, and a pass off to Alavano. He'll drop it back in the middle. Deflected aside, taken there by Current. Looks around and roller out to midfield for Alavano. In the center circle, as he's challenged there by Black. Black didn't see where the ball was, spun around, couldn't see it. But Alavano still had it. Dropped off by Alexis. Lays back inside of his box to Hudak. Pressuring Delicate. Hudak boots it away. Downfield. In underneath it, Bonseu heads it across midfield. Aloisi nods it aside, and the ball taken by Chin of the Battery. Off of the far wing for Bennett, dropping it back at his 35. Picked up there, and Catalano through midfield, stepping in. Tipped aside by Birch as he was bumped off the ball. The foul is called on Charleston.
With the sun setting now and almost directly in the eyes of the Charleston defense, I'd resort to a little long ball here. Have some players running off, applying a little pressure. See what happens and how Charleston works against that sun.
Well, there's a long ball, but no help as it rolls out over the end line. So it'll be a goal kick for the Battery. Sponsors of these broadcasts include Phoenix Graphics for all your printing needs. Brought to you by Food Link, Abundance Shared. And by the Farish Group. The best seat in the house is in your Farish apartment. See them all at farish.com.
Hey, I'm surprised you still remember how to get
Long ball downfield, flicked away by Birch. Back forward, Bonseu covers, sends it off of the far wing for Palguda. He's run into by Bennett, and the ball is out. So it'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos from their own 30 on the far side. We're in the 50th minute, and a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos.
You know, you wonder what kind of tactical adjustments were made by Charleston. Mike Anhauser was on the sideline until about maybe 5 minutes were left in the half. Then he went into the locker room. So you wonder what kind of address there was to the team. He was on the sideline for so long.
Wanted to be the first one to the cold water. Turned off in the corner. There's a cross down inside. Harrison up when it comes down to the 6. He'll throw it quickly out on the near side. Actually, you know what? It's turned out to be just a gorgeous night here.
A little too warm for my liking.
Is it?
It must be very cold because Mike Anhauser's got a jacket on. The head coach of the Charleston.
And the collar is turned up.
The long sleeve black coat, and I guess this is warm or cold for Carolina people.
Send downfield, but Diallo's in behind offside against the Rhinos.
Not a bad ball there, just a little timing off there by Diallo. And again, I think Bolton has had a very solid first half. He's been the one to check out Alavanya. Again, Alavanya, a player who's been around, and we hear his name, but tonight it's been nothing.
Alvarez, challenged there by Bonseu, knocks it away for Lines, and the Rhinos have it. Lines turning back, looking to get away from Chin. He'll drop it off to the defensive row for Palguda. Pass ahead of the 35 for Bolton. Turns to his left, sneaks it through to the outside, and carried forward by Lines. Cross midfield for Delicate. Checking back, drops it off at midfield for Lines. Along the midfield line for Black, turning in behind. Kind of got away from him. Then Black blocks it, and it comes out of the near side. Carried forward up the left wing by Vercalone for the Battery. Spins it away, drops it back at midfield for Diallo. One touch to move around Chin and carries it forward. It's Delicate making the run, but they couldn't get the ball through. Now taken by Menyonger. Got several options. This time goes to the outside on the left wing. Carried down to the 20. Cross down inside, but too much on the cross. It's up over the crossbar and out of play. So a goal kick now for the Battery.
It was good build up there by the Rhinos, though. Some great runs off the ball. Diallo and Delicate making some diagonal runs, trying to lose their defenders. That opened up the space for Aaron Lines, who had some time to serve across in. Just a little off the mark there, but good work off the ball by Deli and Diallo.
Catalano, long service downfield. Back is Birch to knock it down, overtaken by the Battery and spun through, then headed aside by Bonseu for Bolton. Looks upfield, cross midfield for Lines, turning back. Drops it down to his own 35 and Birch. First timing it across midfield on the far wing for Diallo. Turns back with the ball, has it in the midfield line to Lines. As he's double-teamed there, lays it out on the far side. Palguda return pass Lines across midfield, chasing behind. Looking for the through ball, sends it up the wing, but Alexis is back for the Battery. Turns it off in the corner, watched by Diallo. Alexis still with it, with the right foot, spins it away out toward midfield. Picked up there by the Battery, deflected aside. Bolton will take it away. Pass through to Menyonger. Spinning around, still has it. Menyonger looking for an opening. Turns back toward the middle with the left foot. Plays it off for Lines, and he'll switch it to the outside and the right wing. And overlapping is Aloisi deep to the corner. Throwing it through in front, out inside the box, but it's booted away. Out the near wing by the Battery. Rolling ball is out of bounds, and a throw in on the near side for the Rhinos.
Crafty play there from Aloisi, the defender. Pushes it one way, runs the other. A little too far on the push there, but it's great creativity from that outside defender position.
Lines works toward the 20. Seeks it through in front. Delicate moving in, and out the pass. And the ball is goaltender Dusty Hudak.
Lines, his vision is just top notch, and it's a great diagonal run. He's running away from the goal, and he's got his back ready to shoot there, but just a little too far on the touch from Aaron Lyons.
Tip through midfield, stepping up. Birch heads it into the center circle for Bolton. He'll knot it up in the air, and back comes Ben Younger, heads it high in the air off of the far side. Lyons in underneath it, but Bennett on him, and the ball knocked down for Alavagno on the battery. He lost it and tackled the ball away, and Diallo at his feet whipped out from underneath him, and no call is made.
That's been the night for Alavagno. He has just been touches off, coming in with late challenges, not having a good one tonight.
Through midfield, long service downfield, but offside against the battery.
Oh, come on! The referee says no, play on. He overruled.
Are you kidding? Here's a chip down inside and booted up over the end line by Armstrong. The offside flag on the far side was in the air.
The referee waved him off. This is a big opportunity.
Roller in off the post, out in front, and booted away by Bonseu. And with the right foot, Birch is able to tip it away and out the near wing, and it's out of bounds. Are you kidding me? I didn't know the flag was in the air.
Oh, the referee has the final rule. He overrules. He said it was.
Yeah, but how when the call is made? How do you call it back? I don't get that one.
I haven't seen the referee overrule his assistant.
I've never seen that
in a long time.
Ball flighted downfield, in underneath it. Bonseu nods it forward. And how long have I been doing this now? How long have we been here? 11 or 12 years. I've never seen that.
The referee has the final say. He can overrule his assistants, and that time he definitely did it.
Wow. Out to the outside on the near wing. Corcoran draws it forward. Now makes it through. And in the middle, taken now by Chin. He'll switch it to the outside on the right wing. Moving up is on the right wing side. Here's a shot in, but it's a floater up over top of the crossbar and out over the end line and a goal kick for the Rhinos.
The referee's going to run over and talk to his assistant and kind of clarify what he saw on that play.
Man. Other sponsors of these broadcasts include the Distillery, now open in Greece at Ridge Road and 390. By Dodge, grab life by the horns. That's Dodge. And by Connors and Ferris, workers' comp and Social Security attorneys, call 262-COMP. Goal kick to be taken. Sent downfield by Harrison. After it go the battery from their own 35, played back through midfield, but Aloisi is there. He first times it downfield, and chasing back goes Corcoran. Chasing him is Ben Younger. Deep in the corner, Corcoran after it. Lets it roll to the corner and out of bounds. It was thrown in the corner for the battery. Ahead on the near side for Verkalone. With the left foot, puts it into the stand. So a throw in on the near side now for the Rhinos from down around the 20.
You got to start thinking about players in the game and who's really stood out. I think Tenwa Bonseu has had a great game. Not just the goal. His defensive marking has been wonderful. His challenges on 50-50 balls have been timed perfect. I think Bonseu has got to be one of our choices for player of the match. He's outstanding.
There's a lot of choices tonight. Lines drawing it forward. On the right wing side, Aloisi sends it down inside, headed away out along the 10, and picked up and carried away by Chin, sliding in Black, but couldn't get a hold of it. Still continuing on his Chin off the right wing side. Approaching midfield, goes to the outside for Bennett. As he slows it up, now works forward, down to the 35. Still on the right wing side, watched by Palguda, who knocks the ball down, and right back to Bennett, has it again. Off of the far wing, there's another candidate, Palguda. Bolton, another one.
Sure.
On down. On the 25, worked back toward the middle for Alavagna. Spins back to the right foot, turns it to the outside, and it's sent down inside the 18, off the back of Chin, rolling to the end line, out over the end line, and a goal kick for the Rhinos.
The battery getting some players now loosening up on the sidelines. Charleston, they've had trouble finding some rhythm. They're just one game above 500, and they want to get some wins back-to-back. They'd love to do it. Montreal and Rochester are probably two of the toughest places to play.
You know what? It's really hard to understand as you look at the results so far for Charleston, what's going on, because they lose at home to Seattle, then they go into Montreal and come away with a win.
This league has just been amazing this year. Vancouver loses at home to California and to Carolina. It's an incredible year, and it's wide open. The team that finds the rhythm, I think, closer to the end of the year will be the team having a nice run in the playoffs.
Cross midfield, Palguda nods it forward. Karalex is turning back, has it for the battery, and he'll then right-footed out through midfield. After goes Birch, his own side of the midfield line. Chip across midfield, off the chest of Lines. He'll send the ball through and on the left wing, but Diallo's in behind, offside against the Rhinos. Wave it off.
Yeah, you know what?
Wave it off.
If you're going to wave one off, and here's the offside is waved off, it's going to be a free kick.
It's a foul is called. So there was no offside. It was a foul called, and a free kick for the Rhinos, 40 yards out.
Aaron Lyons has done a good job. He's found himself in the pocket between the midfielders and the defenders. There's kind of a gap there. Lyons has kind of parked himself out there. Great look at that right there, and he just takes his space and gets the foul. I don't think Diallo was offside there.
58th minute at Paytech, 2-1 lead for the Rhinos. Well, the battery leading in shots so far, 12-7 over the Rhinos. Lyons will take the kick. 40 yards out off the left wing side. He puts it down inside. The 18 headed up in the air, but out of the box on the near wing. Carried aside. Armstrong being double teamed. Turns. Ball taken away. Bolton was grabbed onto and a foul is called against the Rhinos. And Younger stepping in. He wants the referee to ask the linesman if it was a foul or not.
Yeah, a little meg there. Kind of got through the legs of Bolton. And he says, I'm a big guy. I'll kind of obstruct you from getting around me. And Bolton's not going to be embarrassed with the nutmeg there.
Right away by the Battery. Right-footed through midfield into Rhino territory. Birch is up in the air. That's headed aside. In underneath the Shirley Black. Tips it away to the outside. Lines at midfield. Learns and drops it back for Palguda. He'll switch it off on the near side. Eloise in underneath it. Trying and looking at the right field side and pass out near midfield to Younger. Diallo moving forward. Here's a through ball up the right wing for Diallo running onto it, but stepping in behind is Kern. Going to the end line, and Diallo is taken down.
Now, how that's not a foul? There's no intent to shield the ball there. It's not putting your body in front of the ball. The ball, he runs away from the ball. Then he tries to push away Diallo. That's a foul in my book.
And then he comes back, Kern, that is. We're talking about a Charleston. He comes back and yelling at the referee that there's no foul called the other way.
It's just the one player running hard for the ball.
Yeah.
It's totally obstruction. Maybe even a pushing foul, whatever you want. That's a bad call.
Ercoloni through midfield. Bonseu heads it out on the near wing. Touched across midfield by Younger as he goes down hard. And it looked like there was a cleat up pretty high on that one. Foul is called, and it'll be a free kick for the Rhinos at the midfield line on the near side.
It's getting a little chippy here. These guys are no strangers to fouls, as we talked about before the game. Alvarez leads the league in fouls, but right behind him, a few of these guys in the white, black, and yellow.
Aloisi to take the kick, 60th minute here at Paytech. 2-1 the lead for the Rhinos. Long service down in the middle. 30 yards out for Delicott. Heads it in the air. Heads it again to the outside this time on the left wing for Palguda. Switching, sends it along in the middle. 25 yards out. Delicott looking for the through ball ahead for Diallo, but he's tackled and taken down. No call made. That comes out top, and the ball is finally deflected away and carried off in the near wing by the Battery. Head for Armstrong approaching midfield. Turns back in the middle. Slips it off, switching to the right wing side. And underneath the Catalano with a pass forward to Chin. At midfield, slips it through midfield, and checking back on the ball is Armstrong for the Battery. Takes it to the midfield line on the far side. Off the right wing, watch 1v1 with Birch. Now with the left foot, long service down inside the box, and out is Harrison. Picks it up on the second hop. And he'll he'll hold on to it for a moment.
Alvarez, who was very busy, he's pesky forward in that first half. He has really quieted down. I think the service from the midfield is totally shut down for Charleston.
Delicott going for the ball is taken down, got tripped up with Corcoran. The foul is called, and it'll be a free kick for the Rhinos. There's a substitution coming up here in the 62nd minute. First sub of the match. As coming into the game for the Battery is Aaron King. King is in. Again, this is the 62nd minute.
King, young player, he's a forward. He plays up top. He's got a lot of speed. Vercoloni is an outside midfielder now. A tactical adjustment by Coach Anhauser. We'll see if it's going to be King and Alvarez playing with that 2 formation up top, then go with 4 in the midfield. So it looks like it's going to be the setup here for Charleston.
So the Rhinos with the free kick, 35 yards out, a little to the right of center. And Armstrong coming over to talk to the coach.
And he's still on the sideline here, and Rochester's got a free kick.
Served up by Lyons for the back post side, but fighted over everything out over the end line. 62nd minute. It's a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos. Still a very slim 1-goal lead.
So we'll see how the Rhinos deal with the adjustment. King is definitely partnered up with Alvarez. Looks like Armstrong maybe also pushing up into the attack. Looks like he's on this left side. We'll see if there's any adjustment with that.
Hudak to take the kick.
That's free kick.
The right
there,
foot drives it out through the center circle.
A little far there from Lyons.
Pushed ahead of the far wing. As the ball knocked down, now carried forward. Working in the middle. King turns back to the middle. Trying to get a shot away as he goes down, but the ref says go on. Play continues. Long ball in for the back post, but that's out over the end line and a goal kick for the Rhinos. Other sponsors of these broadcasts include Mulligan, Chevrolet Buick. They always say yes. Time Warner, get all in one. Digital cable, digital phone, and Roadrunner. One package, save hundreds. And by Free Time Magazine, Western New York's art and entertainment guide.
Bennett, he found some open space for the first time in the game, and a bad bit of acting there as Bennett wanted to call the play. Continues Armstrong with a poor service in the box, but Bennett lucky not to get a card for his bit of acting.
Right away, kick through midfield by Harrison. That one flighted over top of almost everybody. Spun back on the far wing, and underneath it is Catalano for the battery. With the right foot, drives it out through midfield into Rhino territory. That's to our left here in the second half. King on the attack, chased there by Burt, shoulder to shoulder. Pulls down Burt's, and the foul is called.
Good challenge both ways. Hard, but forward, trying to turn on the big defender. King has got the legs, and Burt's uses the sideline as a little support there. He doesn't give King that space to get around him, and he wins the call. That's good defending by a second-year player, Kenny. You can see he just kind of angles him towards that sideline. It's good defending by Kenny Burt's.
You know what? I think anybody seeing Burt's for the first time, there's no way that figured that he's only a second-year player.
And surprisingly, MLS hasn't taken a more serious look at Kenny Burt's.
Right forward by Burt's. He'll then right-footed through midfield. Flicked away off of the near wing, but in underneath it, Corcoran will nod it across midfield for Armstrong. In the center circle, switching to the outside of the right wing and moving up on the ball is Catalano. Into Rhino territory. Down to the Rochester 35. Turns back, looks along the middle, still has it. Switching back to the left foot and drops it back for Alavano. Watch there by Menyonger. Alavano turning it off in the middle. Still has it. Now sneaks it to the outside of the near wing for Corcoran. Pass up the wing for Armstrong. Overlapping is Corcoran. Armstrong then turns it toward the middle for Chin. Blocked away by Menyonger. Oh, foul is called. Man, oh man, I'll tell you what, Menyonger stepped in, got nothing but ball, came away with the ball, and then as turning back, Chin tried to kick the ball and put himself on the turf.
I agree with Coach Callaway, just kind of throwing the hands in there, saying, no, that's a tough call. Menyonger's not going to like that. And he got the ball with his left foot. Chin bit the dust there, and that's a tough one to take. He touches it with the left foot and goes around. Tough call there, but Charleston ends up with the better of that one.
Armstrong sets it up in the middle for Alavano, moving in with the right foot, roller in, and goes a couple of feet wide left of the net. The roller, a worm burner, as they say, along the turf and went wide.
Chase Harrison is a little upset. The referee was actually used as a bit of a screen.
Yeah.
And Harrison, I think, kind of get out of the way so I could see that. I don't think Chase Harrison saw that shot coming.
66th minute of Paytech, a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos. Tell you what, the Rhinos would like to come up with some kind of an insurance goal right here. They'd like to have a little breathing room on this one.
It's a tight game, and Charleston has made that forward adjustment. Trying to send some more numbers forward. We'll see if the Rhinos can counter.
Headed in the air. Diallo knocks it forward. Moving in behind now. Here's Diallo. Across the 18. Turns back to the right foot. Still can't get a shot away. Back again. Diallo sticks the upper right corner. Great effort by Diallo. And the Rhinos up 3-1.
Wow. Diallo. Talk about composure in the box. 99% of players would have kicked that one time. Diallo didn't get the look he wanted. Cuts it back once, cuts it back twice. And Delicate, that's how you play with the big guy. You let the big guy win the ball in the air. Feed it off of that, and that's just wonderful. The flick is forward. Corcoran keeps him on, and there's three players converging around Diallo. Cuts back around one, around two, and then he sees the opening, and he drives it hard into the net. Delicate, great flick. And finally, we see the connection from Diallo and Delicate, and it's been a good night for the big guy and for his new strike partner.
Last game Ahmed Diallo played was in Puerto Rico, and he scored that night. He comes out and back in the lineup here tonight and scores again.
His third of the season, scored by number 11, Ahmed Diallo. With the assist to number 7, Matthew Delicate. That's Diallo from Delicate in the 66th minute.
Sean Delicate coming out with an assist.
You just had his goal tonight. Little insurance.
Yeah.
They got the buffer.
Yeah, they heard me.
Hey, whatever works, Doc. Keep saying that.
Well, they see if they can hold on to the 2-goal lead. As now Charleston, certainly they've been applying pressure. In fact, still leading in shots 13-8.
And you see it so many times in soccer that the team who brings that extra player in up top, things open up in the back, and it's exactly what happened. Delicate, Diallo, utilizing the extra space they find in the back.
Aloisi sends it downfield. Delicate up, but couldn't reach it. And up with it again. Here come the battery. King in the middle. Chase behind. Bolton able to reach in behind. Tips it away. However, still the battery have the ball. On the near wing down to the 10. Here's Armstrong with a cross. Blocked away by Aloisi. In the air, Armstrong another cross in front. But this time Bolton knocks it down to the 10. Plays their way out of the box for Menyonger. And is blocked off with the near wing. Corcoran after it. Faced by Menyonger. Rolls away out of bounds. Throw in for the battery on the near side. Deep to Armstrong on the left wing side. Drops it off for Corcoran. Working to the near corner of the box. Turns to his right. Still has it. Looking for the through ball. Tipped away. That by Alvarez to the end line. Does he keep it in? I don't know if he kept it in or not. Yes, evidently he did. Then he puts it away off of Bonseu. Out over the end line. And a corner kick for the battery.
Fans not happy with that call, but that's good work. Alvarez, I think he keeps it in. And he's able to knock it off of Bonseu. He's got some support up top now with King. We'll see if Alvarez can make the most of that offensive support that's been brought in.
Armstrong to take the kick off the left wing side. An out-swinging kick for the left footer. Goes into the box. Punched away by Harrison out to about the 20. And booted back inside the box. Knotted away and out again by Delicott. On the near side and underneath it. Turning back. Chin drops it off near the midfield line. Corcoran with a spin around. Turns it out on the near side again for Chin. Moving up the left wing. To the Rochester 35 and a pass ahead. King and a give and go to Chin. Looking for the through ball. Return pass once again, but it's behind Chin. And this time carried off by the Rhinos.
Nice bit of work there by Charleston. Now the counterattack.
Moving upfield. Diallo double teamed and taken down. Play goes on. Battery to the outside of the near wing for Armstrong. He'll go to the outside, near corner of the box, in underneath Alvarez with a chip along the line, and headed in, they score! So the battery coming back, headed in off the far wing by King, and the battery now back to within a goal. That makes it 3-2.
That's great vision by Alvarez, and that is a rookie mistake by Chase Harrison. He gets caught in no man's land. Harrison comes, stops, and then he goes back. It's too late. The substitute King is there to find the empty net, and there's a nasty injury. Pelguda slamming into the post for the Rhinos. He's getting looked at by the trainer, but big mistake by the keeper. Pelguda gets slid into by King and Bonseu, and he goes stomach first into the post. Hopefully he'll be okay. But Chase Harrison, that is a major goalkeeping error. And the big thing here is Pelguda. Is he okay? Did not hit his head. This is his midsection that did slam into the post. He's kind of hugged around either side of the post, and Dave Pasquale out there taking a look at him.
Looks like they're checking maybe around the left hip area. So it once again is a one-goal game. We're in the 71st minute now at Paytech Park. Rochester on top 3-2.
Go to still down. Looks like he's just maybe got the wind knocked out of him. Hopefully that's all it is. He is a tough young competitor. Good to see Scotty get up. He has had a very good game tonight.
So Pelguda is up and walking under his own power. All right. So once again, a one-goal game. It's not over yet, folks. Hold on to your hats.
It's going to be interesting. Again, Chase Harrison and Alvarez, I thought he hit his back to the whole play there, Don. For some reason, he noticed Harrison was off the line, just a little toe poke up towards the center of the goal, and King neatly tucks it away, but that's a major goalkeeping error.
Well, I think Harrison hesitated a little bit. When the ball first came in, he stopped, and then he started again.
It's too late. Make up your decision and go with it. Once you make that little hesitation, you're stuck in no man's land. You're not going to go forward. You're not going to go back. And at this level, Charleston makes the Rhinos pay.
All right. So the Rhinos now will take the kickoff. King scoring his first of the season. And Alvarez adding an assist.
And that's the result that Mike Anhauser wanted. He wanted the two guys up top to make something happen. And Alvarez a goal and assist tonight. He's definitely a handful to deal with.
All right. Pelguda steps right back on the pitch. As we're underway now on the return. Again, this is the 72nd minute now here at Paytech, and a 3-2 lead for the Rhinos. Right-footed downfield. And behind is Diallo, but that's not away and into the stands on the near side, so it'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos on the near side of the field, just across midfield.
There was also a great service by Armstrong on that play to spring through. Alvarez, a diagonal run, good vision by the midfielder Armstrong. Was in a quiet game until that touch there.
Throw in by Aloisi up the near wing, but headed away by Corcoran out to midfield for Alvarez. Then knotted aside by Bolton. Steps in behind, drops it off for Aloisi. Trying to gain control, pushed, and knocked down. Does send it across midfield, but the foul is called, and so the Rhinos will have the restart from their own 40 on the near side.
I tell you, Alvarez, number 9 for Charleston. I like him. He scored a bunch of goals in this league. He spent some time with the Metro Stars. He's played in Mexico. He is the real deal. Exciting player. It's great to see a forward like Alvarez in this league. He continues to work hard 73 minutes in, and Alvarez's work rate is still where it was at the kickoff.
Aloisi forced to move back a few steps now, sends it downfield. Delicott couldn't quite reach it. Diallo knocks it down on the 20, sneaking it through on the near side, trying to catch Delicott moving in behind, almost got it through.
Yeah, Alexis read that one, though. He knew the touch was coming, just neatly stepped in there.
Corcoran with the left foot delivers through midfield. Aloisi underneath it, nods it off into the center circle for Lyons. One touch back for Birch, plays it to the outside of the left wing for Palguda. She's watched there by King. Palguda turning it back, drops it off for Birch along his 35. With the right foot, hammers it away downfield. And when nodded away by Corcoran, back to the keeper, Hudak. 74th minute of Paytech. 3-2, the lead for the Rhinos. Brought away by the battery on the far wing. Sent downfield into Rhino territory. Back for it, Birch heads it aside. Black will first time it through midfield. Turning back once again, Catalano for the ball. He'll play it back to the keeper, Hudak.
It's too much kickball for the Rhinos. They've got to win control of the midfield again. Lyons, Shirley Black, possess it, control the tempo of the game. This back and forth stuff is not going to eat away at that clock.
Headed deep to the corner, out over the touchline, so a throw in deep in the far corner for the battery.
The chance now for the Rhinos to apply pressure, pin them deep in their own part of the field.
Here, Alexis. High looping throw in out near midfield, but Lyons heads it forward once again. Nodded away on the far wing and in underneath it. Alduda plays in the middle. Bolton one touch ahead. Has to pluck it aside and hammered through midfield. Knocked out by Bonseu, but King takes it for the battery, working the right wing side on the attack. Off the far wing, drawing it down to the 20, across along the 18, down in front, and the ball skipping loose. Carried away by Aloisi, and the Rhinos almost get caught again.
What happened there? That's a scary moment. I think it's Alvarez again, just being enough of a pressure there to make things happen.
Here's Armstrong, a roller in back post, just misses a foot wide to the right post and out over the end line. Harrison diving for the ball, couldn't get his fingertips on it, and it squirts just wide.
Armstrong starting to wake up, a little stutter step there, pushes it, he beats the keeper, and it rolls just around the net. Bennett's a little behind the play there, otherwise he or King can neatly tuck that away, but Armstrong's starting to come alive here. He's maybe one player the Rhinos need to calm down just a bit.
Well, the battery now 15 shots in the match, and the Rhinos with 8.
Well, Charleston has come to play. They're not sitting back. They've opened things up, bringing another forward on. They're going to go for it.
Laid down inside the box to Hudak with the right foot. Sends it downfield toward midfield. Blocked aside there by Palguda. Tipped off in the middle for Delicott. Looking for the through ball. Sends it down inside, but turning back is Kern to come away with it along his 18. He'll feed it ahead for Alavano. Being challenged from behind by Delicott. Into the center circle, giving it off to Chin. And on the attack, here come the battery. Through midfield, Oliveira drops it back once again. Alvarez shipped out inside the 18, taken on one hop by Harrison.
Chin, what a bad choice there. Alavano made a great run on the right side. The defenders got pushed towards the middle of the park, and Chin continued to go with the ball in that flow. Alavano was wide open.
Harrison, high volley kick downfield, but Corcoran nods it back toward the center circle. As they jam up there, Black takes it midfield line, turns forward, brings it ahead, giving it off to Lyons, dropping it back for Bolton in the center circle, switching to the outside for Palguda. On the left wing, inserts it downfield. He'll switch it back on the near side, and in underneath it is Diallo. 35 yards out, drops it back near midfield for Aloisi. And a return pass to Diallo, but headed away by Corcoran to the battery on the near side to Armstrong. Cross midfield, stepping in as Bonseu chips it forward. And Diallo, backheel in front for Menyanger, 20 yards out, turns to the left foot, try to sneak it through, step over on the ball along the 20 once again. Looking to sneak through, ball rolls away, gets off her foot, and clears it to the outside for Lyons, deep to the far corner. Lyons with a cross, but blocked up in the air, coming down to the 18, and back underneath it is Chin.
You know, that last flurry there, Menyanger had just a split second to go forward to Diallo. Once he slowed it down, Charleston recovered defensively, and those gaps for the through balls definitely closed down. Menyanger a little too slow to serve it forward.
Turn back, all the way back to the keeper, 78th minute now at Paytech. Hudak with the right foot, sends it out through midfield, stepping up, Black heads it across midfield. And the ball is through, rolling all the way down to the 18 once again. Looks like the Rhinos might make their first sub of the night.
It's an offensive-minded substitution. Coach Calloway's not going to bunker this thing down, and he's going to go for more, it looks like.
Right ahead off the near side, down to the Rochester 35. Turning in behind, Bennett blocked off the ball nicely by Menyanger, but that's in turn tipped aside and chased off at the far wing by Alavano. 1-on-1. Palguda knocks it away momentarily, but Olivania recovers the ball. Now he's watched by Aaron Lyons. Back near midfield, draws it to his own side of midfield to Curran. His pass across the midfield line in the center circle. Alexis switching to the outside. Corcoran up the near wing. On the left wing, brought forward. And Armstrong will serve it up down to the 18. Headed away by Burtson out top. In underneath it is Lyons for the Rhinos. Settles it to his feet. Tips it off for Menyonger. Spins it off on the near side for Aloisi. Rhinos playing a bit of keep away right now. Pass rolling ahead. Midfield for Delicott. Drops it off for Bolton. Midfield and across midfield for Diallo, spinning around. He'll load it off to his left for Delicott, 40 yards out. Delicott, long chip up the right side. Lyons after him, but he's in behind and offside against the Rhinos.
He knew the call was coming, but the Rhinos did a good job. Short, then boom, long surprise him with that ball as Charleston start to come forward a little bit, trying to defend. The Rhinos knocking it around. It's a good rhythm there by the Rhinos.
Well, the Rhinos will make a sub right here as Diallo will check off. And Martinez in the 79th minute.
This gives Coach Callaway a couple of options. Martinez can play forward alongside of Matthew Delicott, or he can kind of bunker down in the midfield and play the outside midfield position. Looks like he's going to go right up top. Looks like it's a forward for a forward.
Well, Diallo playing an excellent game. He had one goal, but probably should have had two. And if that other one had gone in under the crossbar, he would have had the goal of the season, I think.
I think so. That was just an acrobat, an athlete at work there to get the right foot on that volley.
It wasn't a full bicycle kick. It was a side volley kick. But he got up so high, at least head high, to a sidewinder kick with the right foot.
And when Diallo came here, he's played at very high levels in France and Italy. You knew the guy was just another step, and you see that from world-class players, and Diallo, you can see he brings that to the table.
Long service downfield, Martinez deep on the left wing corner, chased there by Alexis. Along the end line. They'll waste some time in the corner. It's the 80th minute now, but gets away with the ball, however, too far away, and taken back by Catalano. With the right foot, sends it off on the far wing. That's out of bounds, off of Bennett, throwing in on the far side for the Rhinos.
If Coach Callaway's looking for some possession and a player who's going to take players on, he's got the right man in Ray Martinez. He'll hold the ball, he'll draw defenders towards him. It's a good substitution by the coach.
Throw in off the far wing. Settled down there by Menyonger, turns it to the outside. Palguda roller along the 18, but that's blocked aside. So I was going to say, if you're wanting for the guy to possess the ball deep in the corners, that's John Ball. Now he's up off the bench.
He's got to get those legs back from that U.S. futsal tournament in Spain.
Off the near wing, played down inside, and up to knock it down as Harrison gets up and reaches for the ball and grabs it and holds on.
Alvarez is cramping up, and I think he just got enough of a nudge from Kenny Burtz to be deflected or to be worked off that ball. Not a foul, but enough body contact there by Burtz.
Ball kicked away and out of bounds on the near side as Alvarez behind the play is not moving away. His right leg, it's all cramped up.
I think the little push there from Burtz, maybe sending Alvarez to the sidelines. That's a good sight for the Rhinos defense.
Other sponsors of these broadcasts include Northdago, Rochester's full-service realtor, and by Perry's Ice Cream. Life's a bowl of Perry's. Rhinos are back here next Friday night. Friday night right here. As the Rhinos will be taking on the California Victory. Friday night the 22nd, 7:35 kickoff. Live music by the interns. Healthcare night. Show your Excellus card to the Paytech box office and save $3 on your ticket for the game.
California, a team new to the league, trying to find their legs. A little consistent, but very expected from a first-year team.
And they've won a couple of interesting matchups, too. Off the right wing side, Martinez carrying it to the corner. Wrapped it off, puts it off the foot of Armstrong, out over the touchline, throw in on the near side for the Rhinos. Substitution coming up as Alvarez still off the end line. And into the match now is Todd coming in, and that is Michael Todd, a 25-year-old from Cleveland, in the 82nd minute.
And Alvarez, what a game he has had tonight. Great pickup from the Portland Timbers. Just nonstop work, great vision, nice touches on the ball. He's one of the best forwards in the league.
Right away by Bolton. Sends it off in the middle along with 35 for Shirley Black. Turns it to the outside on the left wing for Palguda. Dropping it off once again for Black. Spins to the outside. Passes Palguda, but behind him has to turn back for the ball. Sends it up the wing, but it skips out of bounds and off of the battery, and it'll be a throw-in on the far side for the Rhinos from 20 yards out.
Black, Palguda looking for some options there. None to be found. They win the corner or the throw-in here for the Rhinos. Now Menyonger, we're wondering if he'll stay a little withdrawn. behind the two forwards for the Rhinos and leave Lyons and Bolton do much of the midfield defending.
83rd minute, 3-2 lead for the Rhinos. There's a crack of the ball by Menyonger off a leg of Karalexis up in the air. Comes down around the 25. Out of the side by Menyonger to the outside again, up the left wing. Brought forward, Palguda sends it down in front. Karalexis blocks it along the far end of the 6 and turns it with the right foot, hammers it out to midfield. Handed up in the air, knocked down by Bolton. Turns back to get away from King, rolls it to the outside. Ball through, and that's a through ball to Diallo, or to Delicat. At the far end of the 18, spinning back along the 18 with the right foot across out of the near side. Corcoran in underneath it, will blast it away. Picked up there by Bolton, takes a crack out of it, missed way wide left. Out over the end line, the goal kick for the Battery.
That's okay, though. Bolton has worked so hard on the defensive side of the game. Now he wants to take a look at the goal, and nothing wrong with that. Give the youngster a crack at the frame, and like to see Josh Bolton get more involved in that attack.
84th minute, and a 3-2 lead for the Rhinos. Hudak with the right foot. Motor coming down near midfield. And in the air by Lyons. Black after it, nods to the side. Turns it across midfield. Chases it down himself. Gets away with the ball. Shirley Black passes the middle. Too far a hit for Delicat. And the Rhinos turn it over to the Battery. Out of the near side, Chin up the left wing, giving it off to Armstrong. At midfield, sends it downfield, up in the air, popped away and in underneath it is Todd. Taken away there by Aloisi. Pass in the middle for Birch. Long as 18 in the middle with the left foot, sends it out of the far wing for Lyons. Give it to the outside again. Lyons after it. Alemagno on hit. And the ball in the far wing is carried away by Alemagno. Rolls it along the midfield line toward the center circle. Looking to sneak the ball through. It's turned to the outside again on the near wing. In underneath it on the left wing is Armstrong. Ahead on the left wing side, Aloisi watching. Armstrong with a cross down in front. That's punched away and out. All the way out to the 35. Alemagno turns it to the outside of the near wing for Corcoran. He'll go to the outside along the near touchline for Armstrong. On the 18 down in front for Bolton. Brings it away. Chased there but sends it off on the far side for Lyons. As he's chasing behind by Bennett, Lyons gets away to the midfield line and slows it up.
No reason to go forward. Slow it down, regroup, keep possession. Keep moving Charleston around and keep away with 5 minutes left. Nothing wrong with that.
Shirley Black across midfield up the left wing side for Lyons. He'll sneak it through along the far touchline. After it goes Delicat. Drawing it down far into the 18. Cross down in front is behind Martinez. And carried away from the 18 by Corcoran. Spins it out of there. Wait for Armstrong. Back with the ball. Aloisi watching him. Aloisi able to tip it loose for Bolton. Drawing it up the right side. Down to the 20. Turns back in the middle. Left foot's it in. Spinning ball in. And scooped up off the 6 by the goalkeeper, Hudak.
Bolton just didn't get the full contact on that ball. That's 2 times now that Josh Bolton, he's got a ton of space. He looks up, says, okay, take the space with the left foot. Tries a little swerve around the keeper. He wanted a little more power on that neat shot at goal.
Todd had the ball, but back is blocked to knock it away. Now the ball sent through midfield. Headed in the air over the far wing, and in underneath it is Bennett, but skips away from him and out of bounds. Other substitution coming up for the Rhinos as John Ball, who arrived back from Spain last night. Talk about travel weary. He got in late last night from Spain. John Ball coming into the match for Matthew Delicat.
Delicat deserves a nice round of applause from the 8,200 fans here tonight as he salutes the crowd back. And this is another substitution here that can work out in a couple different ways. Johnny Ball could play up top, but I assume he's going to play a midfield role, aiding Ray Martinez as the lonely forward up top. Delicat gets a nice congratulations from Coach Callaway.
Another outstanding night for Delicat. A goal and an assist here tonight. And across the way, it gets tangled up. Catalano and Martinez going down. Foul is called. A free kick for the Rhinos from the Charleston 40 off the left wing side. 87th minute at Paytech. 3-2 lead for the Rhinos.
And Martinez will take it. 2 players, and Ray Martinez a lot stronger than you think. Able to fight off those defenders.
And down inside for Ball. Moving in, tips it in a goal. Johnny Ball knocks it down with the right. Off the left foot. Inside the post. Rhinos up 4-2.
I'll take that. John Ball, how do you like that? A little payback for your former team, the Charleston Battery. And that's his first touch coming off the bench. Coach Callaway makes the substitution. He looks like a genius. A great long ball into the box. Corcoran can't keep up with Ball. Once he's inside, the play is over. Johnny Ball takes it with the right foot, fires it with the left. No chance for Hudak. And your first touch of the game, it's in the back of the net. Thank you very much.
John Ball scoring his first goal of the season. How about that one? All right, back to the 2-goal lead for the Rhinos. It's the 88th minute. And is that the one they needed to put the battery away?
We'll see.
Boy, and a tough night all along. Charleston keeps coming back. Bonseu with left foot. Hammers it up in the air and across midfield. 4-2 lead for the Rhinos. Dropped off. The battery have it. Chip through midfield. Pass forward to Todd, turning back with the ball, drops it off in the middle to Chin, and his roller ahead, knocked away from Alemano.
Season scored by number 13, John Ball. With the assist number 4, Kenny Burns. That's Ball from Burns in the 87th minute.
Ball, it's a great long ball. Corcoran is out of gas there. The fresh legs, I think, making the huge difference for the sub coming in. Easily able to step in front of the Charleston defender.
And now it's Romero checking in for the battery. In the 89th minute, Romero is in. And who is this coming off?
Taking up Alavanya, who has had an absolute disgrace on the game, I think. Expected much, much more from Alavanya.
Laid out at midfield and a pass ahead. Stepping in, Bolton turns it out on the near wing and nodded ahead by Corcoran up the left wing side. Well, you said he was out of gas.
He is.
He's dumped and a foul is called the Rhinos. Well, I'll tell you what, he goes pretty fast for no gas.
Well, you know, he got a little left in the tank there.
Must have been the tailwind.
He was going down. Yeah, he's going downhill.
Yeah, okay.
But Alavanya is so upset with the substitution that he has gone right to the locker room. I know the game's almost done, but you don't want to see that kind of sportsmanship.
Off the near corner, Armstrong goes for the back post, up in the air, hit ball! It comes down to the near post, and in underneath it this time is Harrison to bring it down.
Good save from Harrison. Again, they get himself back into the game after making a tough decision on that second Charleston goal.
High ball floated through midfield. Sun coming back out in the eyes of the defenders for Charleston. Center circle moving up. Black sends it deep to the corner. However, a foul was called in the Rhinos, and it'll be a restart for the battery 45 yards out at the middle of the field.
Little undercutting there by Johnny Menyanger. The free kick now for Charleston, who with 3 minutes of stoppage time isn't enough to mount a comeback.
3 minutes of stoppage time along the far wing. The battery on the attack. As Rochester has moved out to a 2-goal lead once again, brought away up the left wing side, and Corcoran on the attack. On the near wing, turns back to the right foot, trying to get a shot away, rolls it along the 18 in the middle, and it is now taken by Chin. He'll go to the outside, back heel, but blocked away, and booted out on the far side by Palguda into the stands.
You know, Chin also in the midfield. I think he's had a decent game, but him and Alavanya, they don't seem to work very well together.
It's King to boot it down inside the far end of the 18, and Burns is there to play it away with the left foot. Martinez knocks it down for Lines, but blocked away and out. Evidently off of Lines, and it'll be a throw-in on the far side of the field for the battery. No, a foul was called.
Coming in with the studs up, and could have gone either way there, but we'll give him the benefit there.
Restart for the battery. Service down inside to the 6, headed away and out top. Moving in, standing on his shot was Romero. He whiffed on that one, and the ball kicked long downfield. In behind, Catalano, pushed forward by Martinez, trying to break him behind. Down inside the 18, a chip. He scored! Martinez tipped it over Hudak inside the right post. Rhinos up 5-2.
Speechless, 5-2. And Coach Callaway, tactical genius. John Ball comes in as a sub, he scores. And then it's Martinez coming in, and Catalano, just no speed at all. Catalano probably the slowest player on the field. He's no way going to keep up with Ray Martinez. Neatly tucks it in. Very nice composed finish from Ray Martinez. The fresh legs have made all the difference tonight.
The Rhinos scoring 5 here tonight. Doesn't happen very often.
Unbelievable.
So, 5-2 now, the lead for the Rhinos.
Martinez, he's just got the Jets going. He's fresh. A lot left in the tank. Catalano just can't keep up with him. Hudak gets a deflection at it. but it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Ray Martinez, just a little toe poke with the left, and it's enough to get up and over the keeper. The Reynolds 5 goals. What a performance tonight.
Through midfield, long ball flighted through and rolling down to the 20. Harrison out first time, get away and across midfield to the far away. Catalano couldn't reach it. That's out of bounds to the far side.
Last time the Reynolds have scored 5 goals last year against Miami FC. 5-4 shootout here at Paytech Park. They're finding their ways tonight.
And there's the whistle, and this one is history. We had a great birthday present for Roy Calloway. His team coming up with a 5-2 win over the Charleston Battery. Outstanding game here tonight. For the Rhinos over Charleston. As the Rhinos coming away with a victory here tonight, beating the Battery and winning the season series with a win and a tie against Charleston. Charleston very stingy, had allowed only 9 goals against in the season coming into tonight, giving up 5 here. And the Rhinos coming away with a victory in Rochester on the season now. In the 14 games played, a 6-3-5 record. And with 3 points, the Rhinos move into first place overall in the league here tonight. First place overall. And the Charleston Battery now a 4-4-3 record on the season. And on that last goal, did we get an assist?
Looks like Bonseu will get the assist. We're taking a look at that now, Don.
All right, so the Rhinos coming away on top. Do we have Sam down on the field? Are we getting somebody down there? Or what's going on here? They can let me know what's happening. Are we doing a... All right, trying to get somebody over for Sam to talk to. But here at the end of the game,
I tell you, Don, 5-goal performance. Substitutes, Coach Calloway, he's got his finger on the pulse of the game. He's done a wonderful job bringing ball in, and Martinez, and it pays dividends. You can see as a coach, it's the best feeling in the world when your tactical adjustments pay off. And great stuff from Calloway and the subs coming off the bench tonight.
So the Rhinos move into first place overall in the league once again as they move by Vancouver, but still there's a whole bunch of games in hand for other teams in the league right now, and certainly the Rhinos will hope to get some help on that. All right, I think we're ready downstairs. We'll send you downstairs now. Here once again is Soccer Sam.
Thanks, Don. Thanks, Joe. I'm here with John Ball. You came in 30 seconds into the game. You get the 4th amazing goal. Johnny Ball coming back from Spain. Tell us about the trip and tell us about this amazing goal.
It was a good trip. We're preparing for the Pan Am Games later in July, and it was a long flight, and had legs for about 5 minutes, and got a nice touch, nice goal. So
first pass there, Kenny Burt's. It's high, it's over. Look at this, Johnny. Just one little touch there, and boom, goal. Kind of an indoor goal. You got to be proud.
Yeah, I'm happy. Because first goal of the year, at home on Father's Day with my children in the crowd. It's nice, they'll enjoy it tonight. So, but the bottom line is we got the win, top of the table. So that's all you can ask for right now.
John Ball, U.S. national team futsal player, coming back, gets into the game, seconds in. Look at that goal, baby. You are my Soccer Sam player of the game. I'm not kidding you. It seemed close at that point in time, but after you scored that 4th goal, I figured that's it. It's over with. They just collapsed. Dusty fried Hudak. He put out the pan. He started frying the fish. But, baby, I'm going to give you the Soccer Sam sunglasses as the Soccer Sam player of the game. John Ball, let's go back up to Don and Joe.
You got to be kidding me, Sam. Wow.
I want a pair of those.
I don't know. Is that a good thing of receiving that award or not?
We'll find out next game.
All right. What a character. So we have completed this one here tonight at Paytech Park, and a great game it was for the Rhinos as they came storming out in the end to blow away the Charleston Battery. Final score here tonight: the Rochester Raging Rhinos 5, the Charleston Battery 2, and this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Well, it was an exciting night here at Paytech Park tonight, and I think the fans tonight got their money's worth here at Paytech Park. I'm Don Stevens, alongside is Joe Giuliano, and it turned out to be a very fun night, I think, for the Rhinos here tonight, Joey.
What a great Father's Day. 7 goals. Everything working out for everyone's benefit except for the Charleston Battery. They take a beating after a huge emotional win against Montreal. They were put back down to earth tonight.
Well, the Rhinos scored 5 goals for the first time in a long time. You were talking about when the last time was they scored 5.
Well, last year here at Paytech Park, against the Miami FC Club 5-4. That was a thrilling game when Ricky Lewis scored the winner in stoppage time. But the Rhinos are just starting to score goals in bunches. Defensively, a couple things you want to work on, but at the end of the day, it is 3 points.
All right, so we'll run through the scoring in tonight's game. Let's run through what happened as the Rhinos come out and score first tonight. 23rd minute, the Rhinos scoring the first goal of the game. It was Matthew Delicott, his team leading 5th of the season. Aaron Lyons assisting, and this puts the Rhinos up 1-0. Lyons looking for the through ball. Delicott fired to the 18, chasing after it, turns to get away from Hudak. Along the end line, they score! Delicott from an impossible angle puts it behind Hudak along the end line. Perhaps put a fender in the net, and the Rhinos take a 1-0 lead. 23rd minute, Delicott with his 5th, Lyons assisting, and the Rhinos up 1-0. But the Battery came right back and scored in the 27th minute. It was Alvarez picking up his team leading 6th of the season. Alvarez scoring, and that evened the match up at 1 apiece. But the Rhinos regained the lead, this time regained the lead to stay at the 35th minute. And a great goal by Bonseu and a beautiful service off a corner kick from Scott Palguda. So the Rhinos taking a 2-1 lead, and that's the way the first half ended. Into the second half. The Rhinos scored then what turned out to be the game-winning goal in the 67th minute. It was a goal scored by Diallo, his 3rd of the season, assisted by Matthew Delicott, and this one put the Rhinos up 3-1. Headed in the air, Delicott nods it forward, moving in behind now. Here's Diallo across the 18, turns back to the right foot, still can't get a shot away, back again, Diallo picks the upper right corner, great effort by Diallo, and the Rhinos up 3-1. That's the game-winning goal in the 67th minute. Diallo is the 3rd, and Delicott assisting. The Battery again climbed to within a goal, making it 3-2 in the 70th minute. The goal was scored by King, who had just come in as a substitution. King scoring his 1st of the season, Alvarez assisting, and so the Battery back to within 1 to make it 3-2. But the Rhinos then regain their 2-goal lead. The 88th minute, John Ball scores his 1st, Burt's assisting, and Ball puts the Rhinos up by 2 once again on this one. 10 down inside for Ball, moving in, tips it in a goal. Johnny Ball knocks it down with the right, off the left foot, inside the post. Rhinos up 4-2. So Ball, who had come in as a sub 30 seconds later, scores his 1st goal of the season, returns from the futsal tournament in Spain last night, and then comes up and scores his 1st goal of the season here in the 88th minute. But the Rhinos weren't done yet, adding another one in the 90th minute, this time by another substitution. Ray Martinez scoring his 2nd of the season, and Bonseu assisting. This one puts the Rhinos up 5-2. Catalano pushed forward by Martinez, trying to break him behind. Down inside the 18, a chip. He scores! Martinez tips it over Hudak inside the right post. Rhinos up 5-2. All right, so Martinez with his 2nd, Bonseu assisting, and the Rhinos up with the victory here. 5-2 is the final score. Checking the unofficial stats on the game, shot 16-12 in favor of the Battery. Outshooting Rochester 16-12. Rochester had 5 corners, and the Battery with 4. The Charleston Battery 14 fouls. The Rhinos had 12. Corner kicks, 5 corners for the Rhinos and 4 for the Battery. And what are we missing? Offsides, 4 against the Rhinos, none against the Charleston Battery. So there's your unofficial stats on the game, but the only one really that counts and makes a difference is the Rhinos come away with a 5-2 win and move into 1st place overall in the league.
I mean, that puts a solid stamp on that 1st place position. 5 goals tonight. The Rhinos, 22 goals scored now in the USL 1st Division. They're lighting this thing up. And again, this is done with a lot of injuries, a lot of mixing and matching as far as the lineups are concerned. So, still, not a 100% healthy team. Top of the table, blasting away goal after goal.
6 players out injured. Actually, 5 injured and 1 sick today. Burns was sick. That's 6 players out of the lineup.
That's a credit to Coach Callaway, to Matthew Ford. They've really put together a team that's just very deep. The depth has shown through for the Rhinos to be able to continue playing this way.
All right, let's take care of our nightly awards here at Paytech Park tonight. First of all, the Call of the Game, brought to you by Paytech, personalizing personal communications. Here is the Call of the Game. Set to serve it up, and here it comes. Palguda low into the 6, down the 18, hit ball in. They score! So that's the game-winning goal scored by, that's the second goal of the game, scored by Bonseu, a beautiful header, and a great service off the corner kick from Palguda, served absolutely in the perfect spot for Bonseu.
Right at the 12, and you love to see the two defenders hook up and make good there. The keeper had no chance to come off his line, and the way Bonseu placed it, hard, low, and off the post, there's no keeper who's going to touch it.
Pellegrino sub of the game tonight. The Ball comes in and scores. Martinez comes in and scores. Who's the sub of the game? Those are the only two choices because those are the only two subs.
I'm going to split the sub in right in half today. One piece for you, one for me. Martinez and Ball.
Okay. Make it easy. Tonight's sub of the game selection brought to you by Pellegrino's. Always fresh, always fast, always delicious. Tonight's Power Trip player of the game. Man, do you have a lot of choices tonight or what?
We kind of knocked around some names, Palguda, Lines, but, I think Bonseu, I thought, played a great game. Even if he hadn't scored that goal, a beautiful header, Bonseu, I thought defensively, his challenges, his marking, his positioning was just where it needed to be. I thought Bonseu was a standout tonight.
Player of the game selection brought to you by Power Trip. Taste the power. And tonight's Excellus Play of the Game, brought to you by Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping you achieve your goals. And here's tonight's Play of the Game. Feed deep in the corner for Aloisi. Blocked it at the end line. Look for the cross. Down in front. Diallo. Off the crossbar. Oh, what a shot by Diallo. A side volley kick as he was up in the air. Off the crossbar, booted away and downfield. And it takes a while to describe that kick by Diallo. It was not quite a bicycle kick. He was up in the air about head high, and he had a sidewinder kick, a side volley kick, which hit the crossbar. And again, we talk about that goal. If it had gone in, if it was about 2 inches lower and gone in the net, that would have certainly been the goal of the season in the league, I think.
Not just for the Reynolds, you're right, in the league. It was a well-taken ball. He timed it beautifully, struck it as well as anybody is going to strike a ball from that position. And Diallo, we talked about, he's at another level as far as the players are concerned, his touches, his vision, and we saw it come through there. That would have been, I would have been screaming crazy up here if he had scored that one.
Fun night tonight here at Paytech Park as the Rhinos come away with a 5-2 win over the Charleston Battery. Don't forget, coming up in just a couple of moments, we'll continue with the post-game show as Joe Giuliano and Soccer Sam will be with you, right?
Absolutely, taking calls at 346-3000.
All right, by the way, on that last goal, Martinez with the goal, and Menyonger gets the assist. According to the stat sheet, Menyonger gets that last assist. So congratulations to Johnny Menyonger picking up a point also here tonight. He played an excellent game also.
Spread the wealth.
All right, so again, the number for the calls?
346-3000, or if you want to call us on the Verizon Wireless, it's star 1040.
All right, give Joe and Sam a call here in just a couple of moments. So that's going to break it up for my part of this whole mess here tonight. Glad you could be along. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Happy birthday to Coach Callaway. Great birthday present. And we're certainly pleased that you've been along. Don't forget the Rhinos are at home next Friday night, the 22nd, 7:35 kickoff against the California Victory. Live music by the interns. Healthcare night. Show your Excellus card at the Paytech Park box office and save $3 on a ticket. Be here next Friday night. I'm Don Stevens for Joe Giuliano. Stick around for more of our post-game show, continuing in a moment. The final score from Paytech Park. The Rochester Raging Rhinos 5, the Charleston Battery 2, and this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
Time for these Weigel's out-of-town scoreboard and standings. And, folks, what a display of soccer tonight. 5 goals by the Rochester Raging Rhinos, making every opportunity count. 5 goals tonight by the Rhinos on 6 shots. When things are going right, they are going right. It's this Weigel's out-of-town scoreboard and standings for the final score here. The only game in the USL First Division tonight. Rochester 5, Charleston 2. Now with the win, the Rhinos topping the table in the USL First Division. They have 23 points to Vancouver's 21 points. They've also played 3 more games than the Vancouver Whitecaps. The Rhinos have a league-leading 22 goals for. They are still lighting things up here. And the Rhinos, again, they played 3 more games than Vancouver for 23 points. And let's not forget, there are many injuries for this team. And to come through at the top of the table with the number of injuries this team has faced is a wonderful result for the Rhinos and the organization. Again, that's the only game tonight in the USL First Division. Rochester 5-2 over Charleston. Major League Soccer, Toronto defeated FC Dallas 4-0 today. Just kicking off now, it's Real Salt Lake at the LA Galaxy. And in the Gold Cup, yesterday, USA 2-1 over Panama. Canada defeated Guatemala 3-0. Mexico 1-0 over Costa Rica. And Guadalupe 2-1 over Honduras. So the Final Four, USA takes on Canada. Mexico takes on Guadalupe. That's a look at the Zweigels out-of-town scoreboard and standings. When we come back, it's the Heineken Direct call-in show, also sponsored by Auction Direct. Well, can you say goals, goals, goals? Rochester 5, Charleston 2. I am Joe Giuliano. Soccer Sam now joining us here, and an explosion of goals, Sammy, tonight. Great job on the TV postgame portion of the broadcast. I couldn't hear, but I could see it. I had to chuckle, Sam. I'm sorry.
Well, John Ball got my player of the game. I mean, the guy basically was on a plane all night long, came in from Spain, gets out there, scores a goal 30 seconds into the match. So I gave him player of the game. But, Joe, what a match. 7 goals. I mean, if you're listening, you weren't here, shame on you. Next Friday night, you have to be here. This team is on fire.
They are. They're rolling through teams right now. 6 shots on goal, 5 goals for the Rhinos tonight. And, again, if you're not here, there's just no excuse. You got to come and start supporting this team. They're playing exciting soccer. Exciting stuff tonight. Sam, let's set the table here. We've got 2 trivia questions tonight, 4 packs to the Rhinos and California on Friday night right here at Paytech Park. And also, we are going to take your calls, 346-3000 or star 1040, a free call on the Verizon Wireless. Want to go to the phone, Sam?
Let's do it, baby.
All right, let's go to the phones. Angelo is first on the lines. Angelo, welcome to the postgame show.
Well, thank you very much. Hello.
Hello, Angelo. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, thank you. I want to thank the Rhinos for a great Father's Day, and courtesy of my son Chris Bianchi and his friend Dennis Schuler, I had great tickets, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. They were fantastic goals. They weren't just average goals. They were beautiful goals. I really enjoyed it.
Angelo, is this your first Rhinos game?
This season, yes.
So what do you think? You're going to come back for more games?
Definitely. I really enjoyed myself. I've been away for a couple of years, but I'm back.
Well, Angelo, not only did your son help you out get those tickets, he talked to me before the game. We talked to the players. They gave the Father's Day message. It was directed to you. This game, Angelo, was for you.
Thank you very much. I'm sure my son Chris will appreciate it also. I really want to thank him again, and his friend Dennis Schuler provided the tickets, and he got me out and really enjoyed myself.
Well, Angelo, happy Father's Day. We're glad you enjoyed your Father's Day gift from your son and his friend, and hopefully you keep coming back. Again, like Sammy said, if you weren't here tonight, you missed a great game. You missed a lot of great goals. There's no more excuses. It's enough. Get out here, support the team. I want to have over 10,000 fans on Friday night. There's just no more excuse for this nonsense.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you very much.
Ahmed Diallo's goal. You said it to me before. That one time when you let me play in your team for 30 seconds, you kicked me out.
Oh, it was the longest 30 seconds of my life.
You said it's this simple game. See, this little head fake, boom. Another little head fake, boom, goal. It's all it takes.
It was a great strike there from Ahmed Diallo. Again, the Rhinos winning 5-2 tonight over the Charleston Battery. Bunch of goals coming from a bunch of different players tonight for the Raging Rhinos. Your final score 5-2. Let's go to the phone now and speak with a gentleman who lit it up tonight for the Rhinos to start this whole thing in the 23rd minute, Matthew Delicott. Matthew, welcome to the postgame show, and the magic continues. Congratulations. Matthew. All right, we'll try to get Matthew back on the line. If I'm not mistaken, Allison, I believe we do have another caller is on the line. Is Bill still there, Allison?
Yes. Is this Bill you're calling?
Hi, Bill. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, okay, good. I wasn't sure if it was me or not. Yeah, hey, I don't know. I felt like I was back in the late 90s with Darren Tilley and Doug Miller. I mean, scoring 5-6 goals, 7 goals in a game. You know, it's been a long time since we've had that many goals scored, and in a league that has improved so much, and the defense, it's basically a defensive league. I mean, the guys don't score a whole lot, but, you know, you got to credit. I mean, perfectly played ball. I mean, I you know, that the last couple goals were great. That pass, I don't know, Coach Kelly's got to be looking really good. He sends John Ball in, and I don't know if he whispered something about some secret play they had or something that kicked that long ball. Great individual effort to score. And of course that last one by Ray Martinez. I mean, it was just mono be mono, man. It was like one-on-one. Who's the strongest? Who's the fastest? Who can get to the goal first? I mean, it was just perfect stuff. I mean, I haven't seen a game like that in a couple years. I mean, it was fun.
Well, the last time the Rhinos did score 5 goals, remember the Miami game last year, 5-4, Ricky Lewis scoring that great header late in the game. But, yeah, exciting times. I'm excited. Sammy's excited. And, Bill, for the fans who can't make it or won't come out to the stadium for some reason, they missed a great, great night.
Yeah, I mean, it was a perfect night. I mean, a lot of things going on. I came with my mother, my aunt, my sister, and it was just a great night and great opportunity to sit with family and enjoy the game, and great night, great atmosphere. The fans were into it, and I'm sure we just got to get the word out, get everybody back, get everybody in the stands, and I think it's a great team to watch. They're fun, they're creative, which is sometimes it's a word that's overused a little bit, or try to be creative, all that stuff. But this team is pretty creative. I mean, they do different things every game. I thought Josh Bolton played great. Very controlled in the middle, took his time, placed balls where they needed to be, and I just thought it was very, very nice flow the whole game.
Let's hope it continues, Bill. It's exciting stuff. And again, fans, if you missed it tonight, you missed a great 7-goal outburst by the Rhinos in the Charleston Battery. 5 of them by the Rhinos. Bill, thanks for the call tonight.
Hey,
as usual, we appreciate your time. Final score 5-2, Rochester over Charleston. Let's go to the phones and speak with Matthew Delicott, who started the whole shebang tonight. Matthew, welcome back to the postgame show. The run continues. You're finding your form in the back of the net, setting things up. Congratulations on a nice win tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great to keep the streak going, but more importantly, we got the 3 points and top of the league tonight.
Happy Father's Day to you. What a nice little way to spend Father's Day for Mr. Matthew Delicott, huh?
Yeah, it's my second Father's Day. It's awesome. One of the best things that happened to me, my son Samuel. He's kicking the ball around already, so it looks like he's gonna be into soccer too, like his dad.
Well, Matthew, let's give the fans a visual right now. Matthew's on the field on his knees, and the little son Samuel's kind of playing with him, running around. That's amazing. I saw you yesterday at the mall, and I saw Aaron Lyons like a couple minutes later. The ball he gave you, it's just like chemistry, man. You guys, as you can tell, you spend day and night together, and you score a goal from an impossible angle. It crossed the line. The defender tries to get it. It goes in. Tell us about the goal, Matthew.
Yeah, it's a similar ball to the one against Portland, actually. Yeah. He's played it in, but this time I took the touch around the keeper, and like you said, it was a pretty tight angle. I didn't think there was anyone in the box, so I just put something on frame, and luckily the defender was close to getting it cleared away, but it snuck in there, so it's great to get another goal in front of my home crowd.
5 goals tonight from the Rhinos. Matthew had an assist on the goal with Diallo. Ambersley and you have been doing a great job together, but you and Diallo, you guys don't skip a beat either. This is it's been a great run, no matter who's alongside of you.
Yeah, it's great, and even when I came off, you could see, how dangerous we are with John Ball and Ray coming on and, putting the game away for us, which was a great job by them to put 5 up on the scoreboard.
Well, I'll tell you, Matthew, this team, man, you guys are so deep. And, my man, 5 goals for you this season, 2 assists. This is it for you, man. I can just see it the way you run. It's like you're just like you're taking gymnastics or yoga or something. You're so fluent with your body language.
Yeah, thanks. I actually felt a little heavy tonight, which was kind of strange because we had some time off. But, I worked pretty hard in the off-season and, I'm glad it's finally paying off with some goals.
Well, Matthew, congratulations on a great performance tonight. I like the kind of gap that we have set up in between games here. So congratulations, get rested, and let's keep this run going here.
Thank you very much.
The Rhinos are 4-0-2 in their last 6 USL First Division games. And you see what well-rested players, a well-rested team mentally and physically can bring to the table.
Joe, exactly. Our next home game is Friday night. It's going to be huge. And, I mean, we talked about Diallo's goal a little while ago, but what about the goal he hit the bar with? Oh. That was like a half volley, bicycle / scissors kick. It was just art.
Don and I were talking about it. There's no way a guy is going to get on the end of that thing. And Diallo did a wonderful job. You see now how he's played in France, he's played in Italy, how he's just at another level, I think. Those are things that those star players in South America and Europe do. Diallo did a great job of that one. As we say goodbye to the Big Daddy, happy Father's Day to Don Stevens. He did a great job, as usual, on the call tonight. And great working with Don. And we talked about that, though. That shot by Diallo was just out of this world.
You know, the thing Diallo's got to work on is his defense, obviously. But like you said, in all these other countries, forwards don't play defense. In American soccer, you have to play more defense. He's getting the system down. He's coming back sometimes. And once he gets it down, but offensively, he's just amazing.
Well, before we go to break, let's talk to the man celebrating a birthday today on Father's Day, Coach Laurie Calloway. Coach, happy birthday, happy Father's Day, and happy win here tonight.
Hello?
Coach, congratulations. Happy birthday.
Hello?
And happy Coach, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, happy Father's Day. Big win tonight for the club.
Thank you. I'm just barely hearing you here.
We'll try to crank this thing up a little bit for us, Coach, if we can. But happy birthday. That's a nice birthday gift from the club.
Oh, yeah, it's nice. Nice gift from the guys that scored. You know, they're all coming up and wishing me happy birthday afterwards. So, but yeah, a win's the most important thing, and I'm just happy that we got the first place again, and hopefully we can hang on to this homestand.
Coach, I mean, you know, a lot of people were criticizing Deli for not scoring earlier on. You were patient with him. You understand his talent. And today we got to see that first goal again, his 5th goal of the season. Matthew Deli Delicat. The kid is on fire, Coach. He's like one of your boys. He's like your son.
Well, you know, I'd like to treat them. I think they're all, you know, I'm close to them all. They understand I can be brutal at times, but I'm honest with them. And, you know, I think that's sort of giving confidence to a guy who's been struggling for the first part of the season, but doing other good things other than putting in the net is part of, you know, my job as a coach. And, you know, I just wish people wouldn't yell at him, and because he's a confidence player, but I hear the hecklers in the stands, and, you know, it doesn't help. You know, you got to understand that some guys go into scoring slumps. Wayne Rooney was in 2 this year for Manchester United. They won the championship. I think he went 12 games without a score, and another one was 10 games without a score. So happens to all the strikers.
Coach, you got to kind of sit back and chuckle about this. John Ball comes in, first touch, goal. Ray Martinez off the bench, goal. You're right on the mark tonight with those substitutions. So you got to kind of look back and say, I nailed it. I got it down right.
Well, I'd like to say it's, you know, like Sammy was saying, genius. It's not. I mean, sometimes they don't work, you know. It's your gut feeling, and but I think because they were getting so tired, Charleston, I felt pace would hurt them, and you know, it did tonight. You know, that especially Martinez's goal. I think he started five yards the wrong side of the guy and ran 5 yards past him. So. But that's where Ray's good, coming off the bench against tired legs. And, you know, Bally, who got in from Spain last night late and looked like death warmed up this morning. If you'd have seen him, you wouldn't have thought he'd given us any minutes. But he went in and sparked the game to the point where it was beyond Charleston, you know. And I didn't say to him, go and score a goal. I just said, go and solidify the midfield. And he went and scored a goal as well, so.
You know, Diallo, Coach, he scored a fantastic goal, great composure. But I want to go back to that one volley, that side volley he had. That was from another world. That was a wonderful effort that went off the crossbar.
Yeah, he's starting to play really well now. And again, he didn't get back until New York. Didn't get back into town until Friday. He got back to New York City on Wednesday, so he'd got some jet lag as well. And but we're starting to see what we bought Diallo here for. And, you know, Hamid is still a very good player at 30. You can see why he was a leading goal scorer in the French second division 2 or 3 years running, and why he scored goals for Le Havre in the first division. So, and why he played for the Ivory Coast national team. So we're starting to see all that now, and he's starting to get a better understanding with Deli and the people that are around him when he plays.
Coach, the last game you played Charleston on May 6th, 1-1 tie, you started Deli and Diallo up top. I mean, did you see something in that game that you said, you know what, I get these guys back in there together, they could expose this defense?
Yeah, I mean, Deli and Diallo, or Deli and Ambersley, you know, they're good combinations. We've got pace with a Deli Diallo, you know, pace off a Deli with Diallo against a team that's slow in the back play, these guys. And then Ambo, he's got a little more guile. You know, he doesn't have blinding speed, but he's a very crafty player and he holds the ball well for us. So any of those combinations are going to cause trouble for teams in our league. And we probably select the team based on, you know, what the back four is like. You know, are they slow? That'd be Diallo. Are they clever and need opening up with a sort of a more guiley guy? That'll be Ambo. So, and you know Hamid's going to get goals off the bench with his pace.
Coach, what about the second goal that Charleston scored? Did you have any words for Chase Harrison? It kind of came, stopped, and then tried to get back a little bit too late there. Your thoughts on that situation?
I haven't had any words with him yet. I know Yuka's probably had a word in his ear already, but I've been busy on the TV show and the autographs people here, so we're still out here. So I usually leave Yuka. He's our goalkeeping coach. He's our specialist. I usually let him critique the goalkeepers after a game, whether it's a reserve game or a game here. Chase tonight didn't have one of his better games, but you know he still made that key save off of Alvarez when it was 2-1, I think still, and when he came and swallowed the ball at the guy's feet, and Alvarez injured himself and he went out. So I mean that was a key save. He certainly could have done better on the second goal, but, you know, he's a young man. He's still learning, and overall he's done a fantastic job.
He has, Coach. Coach, what about Josh Bolton? His first start for the season, first 90-minute game. I thought he played an amazing game. Your thoughts on him?
Did great. Josh was frustrated with his lack of time. We talked about it extensively earlier in the week and told him to be patient. He still was not going to start tonight, but Burns gave me a call at 2:30 this afternoon saying he was sick as a dog and he couldn't go. And Burns has been part of our 6-game streak. But I had no hesitation after the conversation I had with Josh earlier in the week to put him in because I know he was chomping at the bit. And I thought he did really well. And Stephen Shirley Black, who tends to be, as we talked earlier, doesn't get a heralded player, but he's a hard worker, and him and Josh sort of limited Charleston to opportunities in midfield where they're extremely good, with Chen, Alawenya, and the wide guys, and then Armstrong dropping back in when they play on the road. They say they play 4-5-1. So Josh and Shirley Black did well there.
They did great. Hey, T-Bone Bonseu, papa of 3, had 2 kids while we were on a road trip a couple years ago. He's playing defense in the back, but, Coach, he gets a goal and almost a second goal tonight. What happened to him? He never gets in the attack like that.
Well, we bring him up for set pieces, and, obviously we'd like to have got more goals from set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks, because we do get a lot because of the way we play. We get wide, so that leads to a lot of corner kicks. That was a superb picture book classic goal from a defender coming forward. He's not going to come forward in the mainstream of the play, but we have him there on set pieces. And he is capable. He's probably one of our better headers of the ball at set pieces. So, hopefully we'll see more of that.
Well, Coach, happy birthday. Enjoy the evening. Happy Father's Day. And we're excited by this result tonight. And fans who have not come out to see this team yet, you're missing some great soccer. Coach, congratulations on topping the table.
Thanks very much, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care.
And Laurie Calloway celebrating his 26th birthday tonight.
He told me 39.
39. Okay.
He intentionally dyes his hair white just to look older, just so, people respect him a little more.
My father and I were talking today about the former Italian soccer player Ravanelli.
Yes.
Who had the white hair.
Yeah.
Maybe Calloway's doing the same thing, right?
I think he is. He's only 39 years old. He's been around the game for 40 years, but I don't know.
Let's take a break here. You want to throw trivia out before or after?
Let's do before. What do you got?
Okay. We're going to throw 2 questions out. The first question tonight. The Rhinos, how many times have they scored 5 or more goals in a game? How many times have the Rhinos scored 5 or more goals in a game? Give us a call, 346-3000, *1040 on the Verizon Wireless You're listening to the Heineken Direct Call-In Show. The number here is 346-3000. Free call on the Verizon Wireless at star 1040. Trivia has been thrown out. Your chance to win a 4-pack to the Rhinos and the California Victory. Right here at Paytech Park, 7:30 on Friday night. How many times have the Rhinos scored 5 goals or more in a game? And again, give us a call, 346-3000. Let's go back to the phones, and we'll welcome Rosemary to the show. Hello, Rosemary. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Hi. Well, the reason I'm calling is I want to comment on having Josh in the game tonight. I think it really made a difference, and I really hope to see him start more.
Well, I interviewed him after the game. If you check out Time Warner 26, they're going to show the game much time. But I mean, I think Josh Bolton should be like a celebrity. He should be in Hollywood. He's got that look. He's got that charisma. I mean, he's got the blonde hair bumping up and down, the blue eyes. He's what young girls want to come and see. And obviously, by this call, this is why you came, right, to see Josh Bolton.
Well, he is one of my favorite players, even though he doesn't play a lot. But I've been going to the Rhinos ever since the first year. So, it's just nice to have someone local on the team, and a lot of people in the section I sit in were commenting on that.
Now, do women get jealous because the way his hair bounces and theirs doesn't? Because he puts, raw eggs in his hair, 3 times a day, and he tells me it works wonders. So you got to try that, Rosemary.
Can I try to answer the trivia?
Yeah, Rosemary, go ahead. How many times have the Rhinos scored 5 or more goals in a game?
Now, does this include, exhibition games, too, or just regular season?
Regular season and playoffs, and U.S. Open Cup.
I want to say 5 times.
Good guess, but not correct.
Not correct. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad they won tonight, and hopefully they'll win the rest of the few games.
You make a great point. Josh Bolton had a solid game tonight. And Alavanya, number 8 for Charleston. When we play them, Alavanya, usually we call his name constantly. I think he did a great job of neutralizing Alavanya and Chin in that very dangerous Charleston midfield. Hats off to Josh Bolton.
Got him right out of the game.
Yeah, he was very accurate with a lot of his passing. And, a lot of times I've seen that the Rhinos have been pretty weak at that. At times in the past 2 games, they don't seem to connect sometimes, so it was nice to see him in. So hopefully he'll start again.
Are you coming Friday night to the big game, next Friday night?
Oh, yeah, I'm a season seat holder. I come to all the games. I don't miss them at all.
Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
You and your friends, bring some signs. I mean, make a sign with Josh Bolton's name on his number. Put the wig on or the hair on. Let's get this crowd back into recognizing these future stars of this game.
Great idea.
Right. Yeah, because we've had a couple other Rochesterians on the team, and they've been popular in the past. It's just nice to see them start and have more equal time. And he's a solid player, and there's really no reason why he shouldn't be starting. So hopefully the coaches
with performances like tonight, I think Coach Callaway we'll have to give him some more time. He did a great job in that defensive midfield role. Rosemary, thanks for the call. The number is 346-3000, star 1040 on the Verizon Wireless. Trivia is still out there. How many times have the Rhinos scored 5 or more goals? We're talking regular season, Open Cup, and the playoffs.
Wow. I thought you meant just this year.
Okay, go back to sleep, and let's go back to the phones. Michael, how you doing tonight?
Good. I thought it was a tremendously exciting game. I mean, so many players just came through for us tonight. I mean, that goal by Diallo was great. I wasn't sure how he stuck it in from that angle. And the one where Diallo took on the 3 defenders and then beat the goalkeeper, that was amazing. And, T-Bone gets the header and he just misses the second goal. And, John Ball's in for a matter of seconds and he scores a goal. And it was great watching Boom Boom outrun the Charleston player. And it was a tremendous result. I was just wishing I was wishing there would be more people there. I don't understand. This is a very exciting team, and I think we have a chance to go all the way to the title, and I don't understand why the place isn't just packed with Rhinos fans.
Mike, it will be, but I don't know if you know this, but Kenny Burtz, when he was behind Boom Boom Martinez, and he kept on saying, "Over there, America, run! You're almost to America." He was running like he was running for the border, man. He was almost there. But Mike, I had the privilege.
You're lucky Ray Martinez can't understand English.
Mike, I had the privilege of meeting you last night at the women's game, and what a great thing you do to bring a lot of people to this game. And what did you think of last night's women's game?
I thought that was incredible. Gretchen Miller, I mean, that woman is amazing. I mean, she's 18, but she plays like she's 28. I mean, she sees the entire field. She has speed. She blows by defenders. She sets up people with good passes. I mean, she's like a young Abby Wambach, I'm thinking.
Great result. 4-1 win for the women's team last night. Mike, while we got you on the line, you want to take a shot at the trivia?
Yeah, one thing I wanted to mention. I think after Tuesday night's game, I think I was the last caller, and I got the question right about how many wins the Rhinos had against Long Island.
Okay.
But when I went to the ticket office tonight, the tickets weren't there under my name.
All right, well, we'll get you some extra ones for Friday night. Does that work for you?
Yes.
All right, we'll get you 4 for Friday automatically.
Okay.
Because of the air, but let's give you a shot to win tonight.
And Mike, I apologize.
Oh, that's okay. I'm thinking 7.
7 is a good guess, but not correct.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll listen and see who was right.
Well, Mike, don't forget, though, you got 4 tickets. We're going to make good on that from last week. I apologize for the mix-up.
That's okay.
You still got 4, though.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for the call, Michael. We appreciate your time and your calls here on the post-game show. The number is 346-3000 or a free call on the Verizon Wireless. Star 1040 what, Sam?
No, even when you lose, you win. I mean,
it's true.
This is kind of the kind of show it is.
That is the kind of guy that Soccer Sam is. I would have said no. And I'm just kidding. Mike, we're sorry about that. The final score is 5-2. We want to take your calls tonight. Matthew Delicott scored in the 23rd minute. Bonseu in the 35th. Diallo, 66th. Ball, 87th. And Ray Martinez in the 90th minute. And Sammy had a great analysis of that goal.
I'm telling you, I heard Bert's.
Get out of here.
He motivates them. Like, Ray, look, Miami. Do you see Miami? Ray's like, oh, I'm going to go.
Well, it was a great goal nonetheless. Menyanger got the assist. We thought it was Bonseu who got the assist, but Johnny Menyanger got the assist. Good to see him get on the score sheet tonight. Let's take a break. We got to take a wonderful break here, and thank some of our great sponsors. Welcome back. This is the Heineken Direct call-in show, also sponsored by Auction Direct, Joe Giuliano, with Soccer Sam on Father's Day. The final score tonight, the Rhinos coming up big, a big explosion here. 5-2 over the Charleston Battery, and what a way to end the school year and get the kids excited. Friday, Thursday, the last official day, I guess, for kids in school, and what a way to start your summer. Come out and see the Rhinos of California.
4-5-4 kick groups. And all you coaches out there, we said this last game. When I was a kid, our coach, when I was from 12 to 16, he made it a point. You had to go to the Lancer games. You had to. There's no other better place to learn this game. And you coaches aren't doing justice to these kids, thinking that running around cones or having a little scrimmage is better than bringing them to an actual game. You need to get them out here and see what it's like and get the feel of the play developing and everything. It's so important. Last night I saw a lot of women coaches here, and one guy was behind me, and he was kind of teaching his kids what the players were doing. Look how she's opening up. Look how she's going wide. That was great. I wish I had a camera on this man. I didn't know who he was. I was just kind of trying to mind my own business, but I thought that's what you need. And all you coaches out there, if you're playing on Friday night, you need to reschedule it, especially if it's a house league game. There's no big prize at the end. The idea of house league is develop players so eventually they could play in high school and eventually they could play in travel. Get them out here.
You make a great point, Sam, especially for a coach, like a father, a great father who wants to help his kids out, help the team out, who really doesn't know a ton about the game of soccer. This is the way to do it. Get the kids here. They see a whole different level of soccer, a whole different style. And I think for especially a coach who is just kind of learning the game himself, this is the place to pick it up. Come out here. If we're not at 10,000 after tonight's performance on Friday, something is seriously wrong, and I'm seriously concerned because we've got a beautiful stadium, exciting team. Now it's back upon the fans to come out and support this team. They complained that it was boring, it wasn't this, it wasn't that. Everything's set for you, folks. The table's here, your chair's waiting for you.
And the weather's been fantastic. Last year we had a lot of rain, but this year has been fantastic. A lot of characters out there. One of our callers mentioned Josh Bolton. He should be a model. He should be in Hollywood. Then you got Ray Boom Boom Martinez, who's just a character, but he's got that Latin look about him, and he gets the crowd going. And then you got the hard-nosed type players like Kenny Burtz that should be playing football, but they're out there, and they got that. They got Johnny Younger. He's a small little guy, and the fans just love him. And there's so many characters out there. You got the Cornell guys and the Ivy League guys playing out there. Then you got guys like John Ball that get off of a plane. He's a health nut. He just jumps. He went from the airport to Paytech. He ran here. That's how healthy he is.
If you're a fan and you can't associate with one of these characters or personalities, Like you made it, that was great. We've got a character, a liking for every kind of personality out there.
Plus, you got the Rhinestones. Did you see the new one?
What a halftime performance by the Rhinestones. Great stuff.
They got more shakes than habits. I don't know how to go there. But I'll tell you, that was amazing. Their halftime show. Then Rex the Rhinos doing his thing for the little kids. They played the SpongeBob music. It's such a family atmosphere, and it's just great for everyone.
And the more families and fans that come out, you'll be able to really experience that and be a part of the family atmosphere. After the game, there was people kicking the ball in the field, and they had fathers and mothers and kids scoring goals on the pitch here at Paytech Park. They're opening it up. Take advantage of it, folks. Come out and spend some time at Paytech Park. It's a wonderful environment. It really is. Don't be afraid of the area, this and that. It's just the place to be if you're a soccer fan or if you're looking for something exciting to do during these beautiful summer nights here in Rochester. Trivia is still out there, folks. How many times have the Rhinos scored 5 goals or more in a game? Again, how many times have the Rhinos scored 5 goals or more in a game? Give us a call, 346-3000 or star 1040 on the Verizon Wireless. Sammy, your player of the game tonight.
You know, I was all over the place with this. I mean, I thought Diallo did good up top. I probably got to go with Josh Bolton, really. I mean, like you said, he studied the midfield. He calmed everybody down. He plays that smooth kind of play, and I thought he was my player of the game.
I thought Bonseu also had a great game. Aaron Lyons continues to impress in the midfield, kind of being that orchestrator out of the midfield. I think he's really stepped into that role.
You know, you talked about Diallo playing overseas and stuff, and Lyons is the same way.
Yeah.
He gets the ball at his feet, and then the way he turns his body and the way he uses his body, he's just in a league of his own when it comes to that. He's such a great player.
He sure is, and that goal was also very similar to, like Delicate said, same service from Lyons, diagonal run from the forward leading to another goal, almost carbon copy of the Portland game. Let's go back to the phones. Folks, our number is 346-3000. Bobby T., you're on the postgame show.
Thanks, guys. How you guys doing?
Good, how are you? Thanks for calling in tonight.
All right, no problem. Hey, I was at the game, and I tell you, when the score was 3-2, and I know you guys talk about the goals that we scored, the Rhinos, and I don't know, the coach talked about this, but our goalie, Chase Harrison, was a little shaky. And I don't know. He made a couple of saves, but I know it didn't give me a trust in the backfield there.
You know, Bobby, I know you're a former goalkeeper back in your day when you played with Boom Boom Haji in Turkey and all that, but Bobby, I think that I don't think he's used to forwards that quick coming at him. Let's face it, that Charleston team, Alvarez was in the box constantly.
He is the real deal.
And I think he was mentally working on this young keeper. I agree with you, Bob.
Yeah, well, mentally he wasn't ready for this game, but luckily that we scored a lot of goals. You know, speaking of Diallo, Sam, you talked about the best goal. Martinez was, I would say, best goal, but Diallo, he had the moves. I mean, the way that he scored a goal, I think that was probably best goal of the night. And a lot of people don't know that, but Diallo played in Europe in Turkish First Division too. So I know some of his games from that, and Diallo is a class act. And I think if Coach Callaway uses him properly, I think the Rhinos will score more goals if he uses him the right way.
Well, that's a great point. I think Diallo now, I think he's just adjusting to the league, the way the play is here in the USL First Division. Thought that shot he had, that right-footed volley in the first half, you don't see a lot of players take those chances.
Yeah. I was doing the commentator for some internet site, but I tell you, like the way that I thought, the goals that after 3-2 it came, and I think the way that the Coach Callaway made the substitutions, I think he hit it right on the button, especially with John Ball coming in the game and scoring the goal. That was something. Overall, I'm really disappointed, like you said, about the fans. I don't know what's the problem. The fans are not showing up. Is it, I know the fans still talking about it. Is it the stadium issue, or is just too many activities going on during the game time?
Well, Bobby, I'm a little disappointed in the Turkish community, though. You guys had your festival the same night there was a Rhino game. Next year, you first have to check on when the Rhinos are playing.
I know. I mean, besides the Turkish festival, there was, the jazz festival. There was a lot of things going on around town, and it was a beautiful day, beautiful weekend. And people, and especially when it's Father's Day, people are, they celebrate Father's Day. So I think that was part of. But again, it was a big disappointment as far as the fans coming into the game.
It's the ball's in their court, Bob. Thanks for the call tonight. We appreciate your comments, and great night is right. 5-2 win for the Rochester Raging Rhinos. Let's go back to the phones and speak with Mike. Hello, Mike. How you doing tonight?
Good. And yourself?
Very good.
I didn't go to the game tonight, but I bought the 18-pack, and I listened to it at work on the radio as much as I could. Mm-hmm. And I was very impressed with the 5 goals we scored.
It was a dynamite performance. I wish you could have been here to see it. So
do I.
We scored some beautiful, beautiful goals, some great individual efforts, some great passing. If you get a chance to watch the replay on Time Warner 26,
when's that
definitely
on?
Check it out.
Tonight?
Check your guide. It's
okay.
Quite a bit during the week.
Okay. Yeah, I was
Mike
glad
Trivia's
to see
out
Martinez
there, too.
Scored. I'm really glad to see they're playing Josh Bolton. I think he's a very, very heads-up player, and I think he's definitely got a future.
Without a doubt. Out of local players, I think, who have been with the Rhinos, I think he's getting a shot, maybe not as much as he would like, but I think he does have a very bright future. He's so composed and relaxed, and I agree. He had a very good game. The future looks great for Josh Bolton.
Yeah. I think my opinion of the problem with the attendance, I think they built the stadium in the wrong place. It's sad to say, but it's just the neighborhood around the area. I got into a drawn-out, more or less, well, you could call it a little argument with somebody last year at the finals, was buying tickets to go to the game. He says, I drove down here during the day and saw, all this unsavory stuff going on. He goes, and I'm not going to bring my family down here because he was afraid. And I told him, I says, my wife felt the same way. I says, now my wife and I go, we went all of last year, well, she went probably half of last year, and now I've got her going all year with me. And it's a very safe area. I told this individual that I was talking to, I said, half of the police department is down here for soccer games.
That's right. Yeah. Mike,
it's not an issue. You know what I mean?
Mike, that's not the issue, man. You know what the issue is? The issue is your boss, Mike. Your boss making you work on Father's Day and on a Sunday. That's the problem, Mike. We got to talk to these business owners. What's wrong with them?
I don't know.
I don't know. Another thing, too, common sense. Stay with a crowd of people. There's a huge police presence. Wherever you go nowadays, you've got to be careful. It's the same here. There's a huge police presence. Stay with people. Use common sense. It's fine. It is fine.
Oh, I hear you.
It's ridiculous.
I don't feel threatened at all when I'm there.
I mean, I feel threatened by Soccer Sam.
Mike, how about a guess at the trivia? Anything?
I want to say 12.
Whoa.
Good guess, but not correct.
Okay.
Close though.
I'm not going to say close or not. It's a good guess, though.
Okay.
A try is a good try.
There you go.
We hope to see you next Friday night at the California Victory. It's going to be a big game, 7:35 here at Paytech Park. We'll see you, and talk to your boss about getting the night off if you could.
Okay, I'll be there.
All right.
Mike, thanks for the call. Again, trivia is still out there, folks. 4 tickets to the Rhinos in California. We've got a few minutes left here. If you want a shot to win, call 346-3000. How many times have the Rhinos scored 5 goals or more in a game? Give us a call at 346-3000. And we're just recapping the final here tonight. Rochester over Charleston 5-2. And the Rhinos are back in action against the California Victory, a team that's looking to find their way in the USL First Division. Had some good results and then some awful results. And the California team we saw, who knows who's coming on Friday?
I think this team, they're the only team that Vancouver's lost to on the road. So this team's for real. And it's like any first-year team. I mean, we saw that Carolina played the other night against Seattle. I mean, they have their good games and their bad games. They got to learn how to play the back-to-back games and stuff. But right now our Rhinos are in first place with 23 points. Vancouver's right behind us with 21, and California's down the chart a little bit. But
a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
But I still think it's going to be an entertaining game.
It is. I mean, if you want to see goals scored, and the Rhinos, hopefully they'll continue to light things up. 5 goals tonight. And they scored a lot of goals over the course of the 10, 11 years. You can give us a call, 346-3000. How many times have they scored? What?
Do you hear the Stampede?
No.
They're like killing Hudak. Usually it's like the Rhino reject, but then they're like making fun of his mustache. You look like you're 60 years old. It's like they're killing Dusty Fried Hudak. Rhino reject. They had the bullhorn working. I mean, I can't believe security's allowing the bullhorn.
We haven't talked about that. Hudak, the former Rhino keeper, burned for 5 tonight.
5 goals, man. You wonder why he's a former Rhino keeper. I mean, honestly, a lot of those goals weren't his fault, though.
Right.
I just think their defense, like you said, is just very slow. A lot of their guys are slow on defense, and it's just a fast man's game right now.
And we saw the subs, the fresh legs, like Coach Callaway said. The Rhinos in A-League, USL play, 4-0-2 in their last 6 games. They're finding the rhythm. Does the fact that the Rhinos have played so many more games concern you as far as them topping the table?
But we're halftime, right? Right now.
Great point. Yeah, the Rhinos have played 14 games. The season is halfway over. Great point.
Halfway over. And if you're just listening, you're not here, you only got 14 games left of USL First Division play here. You got to come out here. Joe, it concerns me at first, but now it's like we have a break. We play every Friday for a while. I think we play twice in a row. We play this Friday, and then I think we play next Friday at home.
There's the Tuesday U.S. Open Cup game also.
Yeah, that's right. Western Mass coming in Tuesday night. That's another thing. You got to get your tickets for that. 4-5-4 kick. We keep on advancing U.S. Open Cup. We get to possibly play an MLS team. Well, we play an MLS team, but we can end up playing the Carolina Railhawks. Talk about the battle. We talked about chaos and carry. It could be frenzy, or no. That's Frontier Field.
Something at Paytech.
Something at Paytech Park.
We'll think about it.
Think about a name for that. We got to promote that.
But now, does Kerry fight to host that game as well? If it comes to that,
that's a good point.
You know, Chris Economides is not going to sit down there and say, "Sure, go to Rochester, no problem."
Well, I think though we could fit a lot more people here than they could there.
Sure.
So if we guarantee U.S. Soccer so many attendance, I think we could have it here. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is Tuesday night the 26th, which is Johnny Mignonger's birthday. We play the Western Mass Pioneers. So you got Friday night, California Victory. Then you get a little break. You get Saturday night is a Rattler game. It's Kazakhstan night with Don Stevens going to be doing his Borat impression. And then Tuesday night, the Rhinos host U.S. Open Cup against the Western Mass Pioneers.
Sam, you kind of look at the schedule ahead of here. The Rhinos have a nice setup. There's California the 22nd, week off till you play Atlanta. There's a little bit of a jam July 3rd, July 6th. But then the next tight games come August 10th, August 12th. Carolina at Puerto Rico, those are home games. So the spacing out works out great for the Rhinos. The Rhinos had some space between last week and tonight. You saw 5 goals. If the space kind of plays out this way, this team could take first place and run away with it.
July 3rd, we're at home?
July 3rd, Seattle comes to town.
Dude, that's like the night before 4th of July.
Yeah, good.
We got to plan something here. Let's have a party here at Paytech.
Sounds good to me. The Sounders and the fireworks and everything else.
Let's do it, baby. And you know who's coming back to town that night?
Tell me.
You know who? Greg Howes, baby. So we get to get the little Rhino reject chant going by the Stampede. I can't wait. Joey, I love this game. I just want to wish you and all the fathers out there, and including the fathers up there in that soccer stadium in the sky, a happy, happy Father's Day, brother.
Soccer Sam, I wish you the same, and everyone else out there who's celebrating a beautiful Father's Day, happy and safe Father's Day, enjoying your family tonight. The final score tonight, Rochester 5, Charleston 2. We're going to wrap this thing up. You've been listening to the Heineken Direct Call-In Show, also sponsored by Auction Direct. For Don Stevens, our great producer Allison back in the studio, and Soccer Sam, I'm Joe Giuliano saying ciao for now.